And a pleasant good afternoon to you and yours. And you are looking live at Kia Dade Field here at Pitbull Stadium on the campus of Florida International University. We're coming up in just a couple of minutes. It'll be the 10-3, two-time defending, six-time winning state champion Cocoa Tigers taking on the 13-1 Gadsden County Jaguars. And good evening, yeah, right, I wish. Good afternoon, everybody. Alan Slaughterzinski along with my broadcast partner here, Jackson Robb. And as we get set, we have talked about this football game ad nauseum here last night, last week, all year. When we started the year, we didn't know where the state championship was going to be. But what we did know was that the likelihood of the Cocoa Tigers being in it was going to be a pretty good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a team that's been to the last four, which is something very few teams can say, and if any, they've won the last two. And this is a big one for them against a team that, as a county as a whole, they haven't been to a state championship game since 1975.
1970, 54 years.
Yeah, and for that whole community, there's a lot that goes behind this game, and this is definitely a team of a lifetime for the Gadsden County Jaguars, and a very, very good football team. Took the top seed when they reseeded that Final Four. Cocoa was number 3, but the Tigers are battle tested, and they're going to be coming in hot here. They've taken some doubts this season at times, but I think, as I said last night, I think Cocoa is playing some of their best football all season right now.
All right, let's take a look at the tail of the tape because there are plenty of them out there. Let's start with what looks like to be the offense up on the screen right now. The Tigers averaging 40 points a game. They run the ball, not a lot. Didn't have much success with it last week, but they didn't need it. When you throw for over 5 football fields and one of your wide receivers breaks a state record for 17, 378 and 3, 443 points or yards per game, I should say. But the most impressive part about the Cocoa Tigers, Jackson, is what they've done in each of the last 2 weeks. They're averaging over 545 yards of offense in the last 2 weeks alone.
Yeah, this offense, as we've talked about all year long, is one of the best in the state of Florida and in southeastern United States. This is a very good, high-powered offense that knows how to spread the ball out. Brady Hart, 4,100 yards passing. Javen Boggs, 2,020 yards receiving. And as we've talked about, 140 yards away from breaking the all-time Florida record for most receiving yards in a season. So this offense runs really well. And Latrissa Lane in the backfield is also a great option when they turn and hand it to him as well. So really not an overall weakness on this offense. And you also talked about yesterday how well that offensive line played last week. And I think if they bring all those factors together, this offense will be playing at their highest level.
There's not a lot of firsts that the Cocoa Tigers have accomplished, or there is a lot of firsts, but there haven't been lately in terms of winning state championships and winning because they've done it so frequently, Jackson. But this is the first time in program history they are indeed making a 4th straight trip to the state championship game. In 2011, when they tried to get back for a 4th year, they lost to Booker T. Washington in overtime. And let's take a look at the tail of the tape on the defensive side of the equation. And there you see the defense on the screen. A defense has gotten much better as the season has progressed. They're allowing 14 points per game. Gadsden County 13. Gadsden County only updated their stats through the regular season, but Cocoa with 35 sacks, 110 tackles for loss this season. And to me, Jackson, the key today for Cocoa is the two ends, Anthony Williams, Javion Hilson, the interior of Sandman and Redman, and then the Jacobs cousins. They're going to be critical today because, like Newberry, like Cardinal Mooney, this football team loves to run the ball.
Yeah, they do. This team averages over 200 yards a game running the football, at least through the regular season stats. They had 2 1,000-yard rushers before the regular season was over. So, Cocoa's front is going to be tested, but I think that this front has come alive in the playoffs. I talked about yesterday, Javion Hilson pretty much doubled his sack total, in the playoffs versus the regular season. And that contributes to running the ball as well. He leads the team in tackles for loss. You talk about the Jacobs cousins, both with over 100 tackles in their first seasons here at Cocoa. And really that defensive front has been huge. They've picked apart some of the better offensive lines that they've seen throughout the season in the last 4 games. And this will be another good one, a big one anchored by a Maryland commit over there for Gadsden County. So it's going to be a tough test up front, but the trenches are going to be huge, and Cocoa's defensive line is going to have to make a push.
Now the over-under on somebody asking, we were trying to figure this out on the ride down. The over-under is 45 on why aren't you showing the field. The over-under on how long it'll take before the question is asked is 2 minutes and 30 seconds into quarter one. A lot of firsts going on today. In fact, we're sharing a booth with Space Coast Daily today. We've never done that before. But we're all one big happy family up here today as we get set to broadcast the state championship game. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back here on Brevard Sports Network. This ought to be a good one. All right, welcome back here to Kia Dade Stadium in South Florida, Pitbull Stadium. Alan Slaughterzinski and Jackson Robb with you here today, and couldn't be more excited to bring you this broadcast today. And Jackson, what are your keys today for a Cocoa Tiger victory?
Yeah, I already talked about it from the defensive side. I think they're going to have to control the trenches and bring pressure up front and ultimately just knock them off their game plan by just stifling the run. Offensively, I think it's going to be beyond Javen Boggs. What I mean by that, 140 yards to a state record, but today I know Gadsden County, if they have any game plan against this offense, is going to be going to double team and lock down Boggs. If that happens, I think Cocoa needs to look over to guys like Nicky Teeter, guys like D.L. Hardison, guys like Latristan Lane, and not be afraid to spread the ball around to multiple targets. If they do those things, I think they should be just all right.
I agree. I think Cocoa today, I talked to Ryan Schneider on Monday, and what Ryan told me was, he said, look, I think what we're going to just end up doing is spreading them out and throwing the football all over the place. As you mentioned, Boggs got 39 yards to go officially for the state record here today. And there's no doubt in my mind he's going to get it. And there's also no doubt in my mind that the Cocoa Tigers are going to pick up the 7th state championship in program history. Now, what we're going to do is we'll be with you all the way up until they come onto the field. We'll show you the Cocoa Tigers, and then, Caleb, show them the view they're going to have for the rest of the football game here today.
Pretty nice view.
It's not bad. As long as we don't overheat and all that other good stuff. Class of 81 in the house, Paul Howard. So that's what you'll see right there. You'll see the scoreboard, and actually if you can go up just a little higher, because get that Pitbull Stadium in there. And
yeah, you got to look at also how many record setters you have on Coco's side this year. You talked about Brady Hart yesterday, set the Cocoa career record for most touchdown passes in a career. He also broke the single-season passing record for yards that was set by Blake Boda just a few short years ago, as he now has 4,100 yards. Javen Boggs, obviously, last week set the single-season most receiving yards in a game by a receiver and is, a short 139 yards away from breaking the record for most yards in a season. And on top of that, Javion Hilson is also the all-time sack leader at Cocoa High School. So there's a lot of history on this team, and what a way to punctuate that history with a third straight championship.
Head coach Ryan Schneider in his 7th season, a career record of 74-18. But more importantly, and even more impressively, is he's 22-4 in the playoffs. And my goodness gracious, now, I'm sure Ryan will be back next year, and we ain't going to talk about things like that until until it's time as they get set for the national anthem here. But for me, it is it's the here and now, and I know this program wants that third straight state championship for a second time in program history as the Cocoa Tigers marching band is playing the national anthem. We can't hear it. We can't really see it. So they put, like I said, they don't have press boxes here, which is weird. FIU seats about 20,000 people home of the Panthers. Relatively easy trip to get here. We left this morning about, well, let's just put it to you this way. What did you say? It was closer to daybreak than it was dawn, right?
Yeah, it was closer to sunset than sunrise.
Yeah, sunset than sunrise. And so, but let's talk a little bit about Gadsden County before these teams take the field. And listen, they got two 1,000-yard backs, Jackson. They got commits. I mean, listen, it's not Texas A&M, it's not FSU, it's not Missouri, but they've got D1 college commits. Towson State University is a Division I college. Of course, they got a Maryland commit, Lamar Williams. They've got a Charleston Southern commit, a South Alabama commit who is notorious for producing NFL wide receivers. So they've got some outstanding talent on this football team, and they will challenge the Cocoa Tigers athletically on the field. The other thing is they aren't going to be intimidated by Cocoa because of the strength of schedule that Gadsden County has played. Gadsden County has played and defeated the number 1 ranked team in Tennessee, Jackson. They fell. Their only setback came to the number 11 team in the state of Georgia in Coffee. So Gadsden County's not going to be intimidated by the Cocoa Tigers.
Yeah, no, they're not. Another factor that you really can't ever see on paper, but is the factor of the underdog, and not by seed, I mean, for Gadsden County, but, you see a lot of quotes that, head coach Ellington made these past few weeks, and that's a fact that, he's trying to show the county and the state of Florida and a lot of college coaches that you can go to Gadsden County and go turn into play on Saturdays and Sundays. For Gadsden County, this is a whole community. That's the only high school in their entire county. Obviously, we don't just have a Brevard County High School, but they have Gadsden County High School, and that's it. And that's a whole community that, as you mentioned, has been deprived of a state championship appearance, let alone a win for 50 years. And this team is a team of destiny of sorts, going 13-1, and only his second season at the helm here. So, there's so much going on the line there, and that's something that, again, you won't see on paper is that underdog effect and kind of playing with nothing to lose, because this is a once-in-a-generation, literally, opportunity for Gadsden County. And, with the program that they're building right now, no doubt that they should be back in this situation going forward. But 27 of their 38 players on their roster are seniors. So a lot on the line here today for Gadsden County. But, they're playing for their community, as is Cocoa. But the Tigers have been here before, and they've been here very often recently.
Yeah, no doubt, as Cocoa looks and plays in their 10th state championship game, their first ever state championship game. A kick in overtime, an extra point kick in overtime won the game. The game actually ended 0-0. And Cocoa won 7-6, and they beat Godby in that state championship game. And then Belle Glades, I believe it was 2 straight years in a row. And then their fourth was an absolute roll over Mac Jones and Bowles. Their 5th over FSU High. Their 6th over Bradford. And, well, we can only hope their 7th will be over Gadsden County here today. So, once again, we want to thank Gamers R Us, as Caleb will get the Gamers R Us bottom banner up on the screen, because Seth Gibson has done one hell of a job. And Seth is paid for 3 playoff games and our trip down here today and the Audiocast. And if you know anything about what these things cost, my goodness gracious, this is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, it's the highest level you can get here at the state championship, and yeah, I mean, for Cocoa, this would be 7 not in a row, but 7 state championships. And what you look at there, I mean, you look at the other side for Gadsden County, it's once in a lifetime. For Cocoa, I mean, I think it's safe to say this is to continue to cement this dynasty. I think I would personally call them a high school football dynasty team here in the state of Florida, especially going to 4 straight state championships, which very few, if any, have done recently. And this would be huge to win.
I don't know that anybody's done that. And I know nobody's ever done it in Brevard County. But as far as Central Florida is concerned, I'd have to take a look, because as James Folston pointed out the other day, he's not sure, and that's Mr. Absolutely Knows Everything, as Coco gets set to take the field. Now, listen, we'll show you the coin toss. We'll show you the captains. We'll show you all of that. But once they kick this thing off, it's straight to the scoreboard. This is an audio cast only, and I don't know if I put that up, but I will create maybe we put up a banner or something that says audio only, but I'll come over and do that in just a second.
Trying to read the banner for Coco.
It says history at the top.
History.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
I think 3-peat under it. So,
yeah,
I mean, that's for both of these teams in their own right. They're looking to make history. There you see the
Here
Coco Tigers.
C.J. Hester. Is that number one?
Yep, number one leading them out.
C.J. Hester. And you want to talk about somebody that had a heck of a week last week is C.J. Hester with not one but 2 interceptions in the end zone last week. Hester, a big reason. You know, Javen Boggs with the 17 catches last week, but the 2 biggest catches may have been those picks in the end zone by Hester.
Yeah, Hester, the 4-star in the class of 2026. He's a big guy for Coco in that defense. And I talked about last night the secondary of Coco, how they were questioned early. Had some big plays let up, but I think this unit is really rounding off well with Hester, Bryant, Guilford, and Battle, and everybody that plays in that Coco secondary. They're going to be big today. Because, you know, when Gadsden County, because they're a team that definitely favors the run, but there are some teams that only run, and there are some teams that can throw the football. They have a good quarterback as well, so that secondary is definitely still going to need to be on their toes all day to make sure nothing big goes over the top like it did last week.
The Gadsden County Jaguars take the field. The battle of the Cats.
Big Cats.
Big Cats today here at Kia Dade Stadium, or Kia Dade Field, Pitbull Stadium, here on the campus of Florida International University, home of the Panthers. We want to thank the Florida High School Athletic Association, as again, we're not exactly in ideal conditions here in terms of a broadcast booth or a press box. Not that we need it because we're not showing the game, but you know. So this is how this will work today. I'll take the first quarter and third quarter, and Jackson will take 2 and 4 in terms of the play-by-play today. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say this. Other than the All-Star game Monday night at Tom McIntyre Stadium, this is your final state championship game, Jackson.
Yeah, it is. It's big. I mean, I had my first last year and then this one, and it's just so fun to cover. You get so much research, so much time goes into it. But, you know, at the end of the day, for a team from Brevard County to continuously be at this level is just incredible, and looking forward to it. Been looking forward to it since August, so.
Jay Witt says he's fitting to go get cheeseburgers. We all gave our predictions last night. I said 42-17. What'd you say?
35-20.
What'd you say? You said 41-14? 40-14, said Caleb last night as the captains get set to come out on, and I'll take that cloud cover right there all day. It's Hilson, it's Sandman Thompson, it's Javen Boggs, and it's Nikki Teeter. And again, we need to be making as much as we can to do about what Javen Boggs did last week. But again, Nikki Teeter, 11 catches, 119 yards last week. The dirty yards Nikki Teeter goes and gets, and he absolutely loves going to get them as we got on the field right now.
Yeah, Jeremiah Jones-Thomas, you got for Gadsden County, Jeremiah Jones-Thomas, Jamari Stokes, Camarion Battles, and Tristan Davis. 1, 2, 3, 4 out there on the field for the Jaguars captains as they meet at midfield.
Let's give you the Coco Tiger. Well, we'll see who wins the toss, and then we'll give you the offensive and defensive starters. And if you're curious as to where you can watch this football game, you can watch it on the NFHS Network, nfhsnetwork.com. It's $12. It's a monthly subscription. You must cancel the subscription or it will renew. So,
Gadsden County wins the toss, and I believe they deferred.
Well, that's I don't want. Apparently, they don't watch the offense. I think I would have taken the ball there.
Nope, I was incorrect. They were receiving.
Well, Jackson, get it right, man. Get it right.
So, yeah, Gadsden County's offense will take off first. I think that's a good decision.
I don't
think you want to see this Coco offense first.
No, you don't.
Gadsden County, you want to set the tone.
Yep. All right, to the scoreboard we go. Start the stopwatch. All right, you said Gadsden County's going to be on offense first, right?
Yes, they will.
Okay, so let's go ahead and give you that Cocoa Tiger defense. It'll be up front, Chavez Thompson and Chaveris Thompson, better known as Sandman and Redman. They'll be your interior tackles. On the outside, it'll be Anthony Williams and Javion Hilson. Your linebackers are the hitting cousins of Tyon Jacobs and Nasir Jacobs. In the secondary, C.J. Hester, O'Keefe Battle, Cam Barlow, DJ Bryant, and Duran Guilford. Set to kick off is going to be Marcus Trout. Trout with 71 kickoffs this year and 40 touchbacks.
Yeah, fantastic kicker for Cocoa, and he'll be the one getting things started.
As Trout will put the football on the tee at the 40 and back deep for Gadsden County.
1, Jeremiah Thomas.
Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and just give you the starters for the offensive side for Gadsden County. On the offense for Gadsden County, quarterback is a sophomore, Landon Doherty. The running backs are Camarian Battles and Tristan Davis. Your wide receivers are Jeremiah Jones-Thomas and Zylan Martin. Your tight end is Jamarian Wimes. Your offensive line, Austin Powell, Kevin Mills, Jamari Clark, Corian Dennis. And at the right tackle spot is the Maryland commit, Lamar Williams. Ball is teed up. Trout. Cocoa Tigers. What are you looking at there? Oh, okay. There we go. And that is the 41st touchback of the year for Marcus Trout, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Gadsden County Jaguars at the 20, Jackson.
Yeah, this team offensively likes to line up in the multiple set as their basic formation. Cocoa defensively likes to run a 4-2-5, and, we've got to see what Gadsden County comes up with early. I'm expecting some run plays. I think we all are, but, we'll see if anything changes of that typical offensive game plan you see from the Jaguars offense.
Let's see what tries to get established right out of the gate. Landon Dougherty, the quarterback. His center is Jamari Clark. 6'4", 320, 6'2", 300, 6'2", 280, 6'2", 275, and 6'5", 295, the size of Gadsden County's offensive line. 1st and 10 at the 20. We got the digital down markers today, Jackson.
Love that.
See that?
Both quarterbacks are listed at 6'5" as well, both Hart and Dougherty.
Pistol set, Dougherty going to roll, looking. That's a shocker, and I'm going to tell you right now, that's Cam Barlow over there. That play was A, slow developing, B, it had no shot to be completed, and C, they're in trouble if they can't get off the ball any quicker than that today.
Yeah, nice flow by the Cocoa defense. They quickly responded to that. The entire defense kind of flowed that way with Dougherty, and obviously great play there by Barlow getting up and just batting that one down before it got across the line of scrimmage.
And a team that loves to run the football throws it on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Battles in the backfield. Dougherty turns, gives straight up the gut. He'll pick up 5. Not sure why they didn't do that on 1st down, but it'll be 3rd and 5 after the 5-yard run by Camarion Battles, the Towson University commit.
Yeah, big 3rd down here. 3rd and manageable, though, at 5 yards, especially after you just chunked off 5, but it definitely is decision-making offensively if you want to run the ball or throw it here.
Cocoa with 4 down linemen. Hilson on the left side. Dougherty rolls away from him, looking, sets, fires, throws, and picked off by the Cocoa Tigers. And all the way back to the 20-yard line is number 12, Duran Guilford. And how about Duran Guilford, Jackson? Welcome back, Duran Guilford, with an interception. And right out of the gate, the Cocoa Tigers look like a championship dark side defense.
Yeah, that throw, nobody really open. That one receiver he was looking for was kind of flowing against the defense, and he was open for a moment, stuck his hand up, but Dougherty just underthrows him, throws right behind him, and yeah, Duran Guilford was lurking right there, just jumped in front of it. That's one of the easier picks he'll have.
We said last night on the pregame, Jackson, that a sophomore quarterback could have nerve. Certainly showed it there. Tigers 1st and 10 at the 20. Hart with 5 wide receivers. May look to put it in right here. Hart wants it, has it. Nope. There's a pitch out to, or a throw out, I should say, to Hardison, and he's immediately brought down on the play by Jadarian Stokes.
Yeah, it's a good cover-up by Stokes there. They were ready for that play, and if you watch Coco's film, you know they like to run simple plays like that are kind of extensions of their run game. That's a good tackle by Stokes in the open field, and nets no yards for Coco to start.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the Gadsden County 20 following the Durand Guilford interception. The back in the backfield is Latristan Lane. That's a good sight. It is going to be Chris Kelly near side, play action, Hart. Not really in trouble all the time, but he's going to get out to the right, throws, caught.
Nice play.
That's a beautiful pitch and catch on the far side of the field to Nicky Teeter. That'll be close to, if not a Coco Tiger first down.
Yeah, a tougher throw. He had Chris Kelly in the end zone open, but that's a nice play by Teeter to just come back to his quarterback and give him the easier throw to make. Still short of the line to gain by just a yard, but that's a nice play. A nice job extending the play by Brady Hart, not scared to get out of the pocket.
It'll be 3rd down and about a half a yard here. Lane in the backfield to the right of Hart. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Hart wants it, gives it to Lane. Lane cuts back. He'll have the first down. He only needed a half a yard, and I believe that is about all he got.
Yeah, it's going to be a close spot there. If they didn't whistle it dead early, he almost broke it. But at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the spot. They're saying 4th down. He did not get there.
All right, so it'll be 4th down, and we saw this last week, Jackson, with the Coco Tigers and Cardinal Mooney, and they went for it on several occasions.
I agree with this call.
Yeah, I don't think you have a choice. You want to, push your dominance through right out of the gate. 4th down, and I mean inches to go. And again, it's Lane with a 4 wide receiver set. Hart goes under center, keeps it, and Brady Hart leans forward for a gain of a yard and a half first. And goal to go for the Coco Tigers inside the Gamers R Us red zone.
Yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. You got a 6'5" quarterback like Brady Hart. You got the size to just run a sneak like that. I like putting him in the shotgun and running up to the line. That kind of catches the defense off if they're not expecting it. Very simple play call, but very effective there. Gets them 1st and goal.
1st down and 8 yards officially to go here for the Tigers. It'll be Chris Kelly near side with Hardison and Teeter on the interior. Boggs high side, wide right. Lane in motion. Little swing out pass to Latristan Lane, who runs around a block. Lane taken out at the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 6-yard line for the Tigers.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of handiness there on the block outside the edge. No flags come in on either side there, and it's all good. Good block sets. Lane just gets to the outside, and again, they've run that play twice to 2 different guys. That one a little bit more successful than the first one.
Tigers looking for points off turnovers following a Durand Guilford interception here.
Got to have it.
And they are most certainly in Marcus Trout field goal, but Ryan Schneider and company want 6 here. It's Hardison in motion, fakes the jet sweep, ends up throwing the jet sweep, and the pass was behind Hardison. So he faked the jet sweep to the right side, faked a little counter back to Lane, and ended up throwing the ball to Hardison. But it was behind him, read nicely by Gadsden County, and it'll bring up 3rd and goal. In fact, the Tigers lose 4 yards, the ball all the way back to the 10 and a half.
Yeah, Coco offensively playing a little conservative early and, not really pushing the ball upfield. And another interesting note, Boggs, the only receiver Gadsden County is pressing at the line.
Nobody in the backfield. Slot receiver to the near side is D.L. Hardison. Javen Boggs at the top. We're going to get a timeout by Gadsden County here, and good opportunity to talk about this. Jackson, what struck me about that opening sequence was how slow to me Gadsden County's offense looked.
Yeah, it wasn't ideal whatsoever to turn the ball over quickly, but, I mean, I think 2nd down was their best play, and they know they can run the ball. They throw it twice on 3 plays. First one gets batted down immediately, didn't really have a chance, and the second one's just a turnover. So early on, Coco's secondary making a statement and forcing them to run right at them. And getting that turnover is massive, but the offense has got to score off of it.
Team averaging 204 rushing yards a game, like you said, running the football 1 out of the first 3 downs there. And the sophomore quarterback, Landon Dougherty, looks unsettled at the moment. Hopefully they were able to get his nerves calmed down. And the Tigers and the reclassified senior quarterback, Brady Hart, who recently signed to Texas A&M, brings them back out onto the field for the Coco Tigers. Offensive line, we'll give them to you here in just a second. Last week, 22 pancake blocks against Cardinal Mooney. This season, 139 from them starters. 3rd down, Hart looks, slides right. Hart throws, caught, touchdown! Coco Tigers, Jamin Boggs.
Yeah, well, I called it out. He had Boggs open, and that's a hard ball, though, honestly. He went through 2 defenders. Boggs got open, but there's not a lot of space in the back of the end zone. I think he might have super glue on those hands. That ball was just snatched in by him there in the back of the end zone. Both feet down, only needs one. What a play, and that's just Cocoa football. Hart to Boggs, Hart again on the run, and look at that throw and catch.
Yeah, if you're watching, if you've got the game turned down and watching this, the thing that has really impressed me about Brady Hart this year, Jackson, he did not handle pressure well earlier this season. The slide out, the step outs, the step ups, he has gotten so much better at as the season progressed, and we saw it there. That was a perfect rollout. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. And with 8:16 to go, the Cocoa Tigers indeed pick up points off turnovers as Brady Hart hits Javen Boggs on a 10-yard touchdown pass. And with 8:16 to go, the Cocoa Tigers lead it 7-0. All right, if you had a minute and a half, if a minute and a half was the over-under on you, asking whether or not we were showing the game, you're the winner. Ding, 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 ding. As we get set for the kickoff here, Marcus Trout with his second kickoff of the game, 8:16 to go. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a picture-perfect start for Cocoa. You pick up the turnover and a touchdown. There's no other way you would like to start this game, especially knowing you're going to get the ball to start the second half. To be the first team to score in the first half, it's a perfect start for the Tigers. Got to keep the momentum rolling, though.
Trout ready to put side of his foot to the ball. He does. This will be returned at the 2-yard line, out across the 10, the 15, the 20. He's got a lot of room. 30. All the way across the 40, 45, still on his feet across midfield, all the way down to the Cocoa Tiger 45-yard line. That's an outstanding run back. Did not catch the number on the young man that carried that ball back nearly 60 yards. But I will tell you this, I've watched 2 of their games this week, and that's something this program does really, really well is return kicks.
Yeah, it's the South Alabama commit back there, Jeremiah Jones-Thomas. And, yeah, that one I could see from the start, that far side, they had the perfect blocker set up and just opens up a big hole, and that's the big thing with kickoffs. You don't have to make a lot of broken tackles on kickoffs to break a big one. It's just about having that lane down the sideline. And when you have those perfect 2 blockers on, 2 defenders there, sets up that perfect lane down the sideline they hit.
First and 10 at the Cocoa 44-yard line. Dougherty turns, gives the battles, but that goes nowhere in a hurry. And in there to make the stop is Redman Thomas and Thompson, as well as number 10, Tyon Jacobs.
Yeah, good job by Cocoa collapsing on that one. Battles had a little bit of room, but the second it took him to kind of bounce to the outside of his left tackle, it was already smothered up. Good job by the Cocoa defense adjusting after the first run went for 5 yards.
Hitting Cousins, I call them. We okay? Temperature okay? Okay. And again, Battles this time up the middle, and he has much more this time. He's going to pick up 5, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and probably about 3 here, Jackson. So, 3rd and 3 here. And I would think this is 4-down territory for Gadsden County.
No doubt about it. And that was Tristan Davis on the carry, bringing in their second back. But either way, good run there, and Coco's going to have to stand up here, and I'm assuming a run play's coming here on 3rd and short.
Yep, and they give it to Battles again. Battles cuts back, but he's not going to have the first down. He's going to be close, but he's not going to have it, and it is going to be decision time for head coach Russell Ellington, who is in his 2nd year here at Gadsden County. It's going to be 4th down at about 1.5 yards here.
Yeah, he comes over from Monroe as well. Took that team to a state semifinal in the one season he was there. So some experience in these big games for Coach Ellington. Nice stop there by Cocoa on Davis once again. Now they put Battles back in the backfield. I mean, I would go run here again, but
4th and 1. We'll see. Cocoa stopped it last week with Cardinal Mooney. Dougherty turns, gives the battle. Nothing fancy. It'll be close depending on the mark. I'm going to say he could be short. He could be there. We just have to wait for the mark. The ball is going to be marked at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, I think they gave him the first down, I believe. I don't know if they're going to measure here, but I think what gives him it is the fact that Battles kind of had the ball out in front of him as he was running. As he got hit right in the chest, he got pushed back. Ball was still extended. out in front of him, and that initial push and that forward progress got him across the line before Coco drove him back.
The officials are going to empty the field for the water break. Indeed, Jackson Robb, you are correct. They did indeed give him the first down with 6:27 to go in the opening quarter. It's right now. It's Gadsden County's feeling this Coco defense out. Coco's settling in. I don't care how many times you've been here. These are teenagers. Okay, look, they're great young men, great student athletes. But this is a state championship game, and I know you got guys going to Texas A&M, Missouri, FSU. I mean, they're players all over the field, but you're still going to have nerves. So for Coco right now, it is a settling in process, and for Gadsden County, it's a feeling out process. You know, is this the best team we've played this year, or the team we beat in Tennessee? Can we play with these guys? And that's what Gadsden County's trying to figure out right now as we go 1st and 10 at the Coco 33-yard line. Landon Dougherty has Camarion Battles behind him, and he's going to have 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the top of the screen. Dougherty wants it, has it, turns, gives, battles, stopped by Hilson, gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, a solid run right up there in the middle, but good squeeze by the Coco defensive line, just kind of closing the hole up that opened for just an instant there. And again, but that's what this offense wants to do, is just run the ball over and over and over and just keep chipping away at the defense.
This is the best possible defense Gadsden County can play right now, and that's to have Coco's offense watching. 2nd down and 7, maybe 8. Dougherty turns, gives. That is Tristan Davis. Davis breaks an ankle tackle. He's going to pick up 5. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 again.
Yeah, that's a tackle that you got to have in the open field if you're Tyon Jacobs. That was a good job. Coco initially rushed 4 and kind of told their linebackers to key in on the handoff. The second he turned, those 2 took off the Jacobs cousins. Tyon had him around the waist, just kind of slipped down, but still a good stop by Coco. Got to hold him again here on 3rd.
3rd and 2 officially now, and ever since the run back, the drive has been death by 1,000 paper cuts to this point. 3rd down and 2. It is Davis in the backfield. No, check that, Battles. We have whistles and a false start, so that'll back Gadsden County up 5 yards. It'll now be 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing to overcome as an offense that likes to run the ball most of the plays, is getting set behind schedule, and that's with holdings, false starts, illegal formations. Any offensive penalties really hurt a team that likes to run the football. And 3rd and 2 looks great if you're Gadsden County. 3rd and 7, not so much.
No, and certainly, this is a momentum killer right here, because you were starting to tell yourself we can move the football here. 7 yards is a big chunk of change against the dark side defense. Dougherty just going to turn and give a simple handoff. And Camarion Battles absolutely bowls over a Coco defender. He's going to be close to, if not have. And I think he's got the first down here. He does. What a run by the Towson State commit. That's a gain of 8 and a Gadsden County first down. And they are now right there on the cusp of the Gamers RS red zone at the Coco 21. Dougherty, this time with Tristan Davis behind him, and they're just going to turn and run it right up the gut again, and this time it's Red Man Thompson who gets in there all by himself. That's a loss in 3, 2nd and 13.
Coco very lucky there. There was no audible. Coco had a receiver here on the near side completely uncovered. The DB that was on this side was screaming out to his defense to pick him up. If that quarterback would have seen that, made a quick switch, Coco could have been in trouble there. Luckily, they just run it right at their front that blitzed 6 or 7 guys and gets a good stop.
Yeah, any high school coach that lets his sophomore quarterback call an audible should be fired.
Yeah.
Turns. And that nice cutback by Tristan Davis there. And Davis is going to get back the 2 yards that were lost. Plus, he's going to pick up 6. And now it's going to be 3rd and 2. It's obvious 4-down territory. So you don't have to get it all right here, Jackson.
Yeah, as long as they keep doing this, just getting those chunk yardage on the ground, 2, 3, 4 yards per pop, maybe even 5. I mean, you're on schedule, you're on direction, and that's what they need to do.
3rd and 3 now. And this is Battles, Camarion Battles, who has nearly 1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns this year. Dougherty wants it, has it, turns, surprise, gives, up the middle, down to the Coco 10. First down, Jaguars at the 11.
Sticking to the game plan here. Nice run off the right side there for Gadsden County. Gets them the first down. And again, this is what I talked about pregame, though. This is what Coco's got to do is just kick them off this game plan, because if they can do this all day, they'll just continue to run down the field and in doing so take a lot of time off the clock and keep that Coco offense off the field.
This is a drive that they got the football back with, 9 minutes on the clock, right? This is 7 minutes on the clock. This is a 4-minute drive, and you'll take that all day long.
Absolutely, if you are the Jaguars here. Now you're getting down to that territory, though, where it's going to be harder to run the football. Coco's going to have to stack the box here because, you know they're going to throw the football, they're going to run the football, and if they do try and throw it, as long as you have your corners marked up one-on-one with these receivers, so far they're winning those battles.
If I'm Russell Ellington, and I don't know how often he does this, but and they're going to measure for the first down here to see how close they are, and they're going to be short by about,
like
it looks like about an inch, maybe 2. Yep, about 2 inches.
There.
So that's going to be 4th down and inches to go here. So this is a big play. Maybe if Coco can get Gadsden County to move, get a guy to move, back them up 5 yards, we'll see. But this is huge because the Tigers can come up with a stop. We saw them do it on 4th and 1 last week against Cardinal Mooney at about the Mooney 35. So big play here early on in this game. 3:53 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Coco, courtesy of an 11-yard touchdown pass from Brady Hart to Javen Boggs. Landon Dougherty with Camarion Battles behind him. Dougherty turns, gives Battles. He's got room, gets outside, cuts back, cuts out. Touchdown, Gadsden County. Camarion Battles. And with 3:36 to play, it's 7-6.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you break the stacked box there. If you can get to that left side, you get around the corner. I mean, you can just shed those tackles. Coco had one of their interior defensive linemen fly through that line, barely got blocked there, but he just fell down trying to go for the legs of Battles, and once he broke that tackle, there was nobody between him and the end zone pretty much.
That was a great job, I'm going to point out here, by Jeremiah Jones-Thomas, the wide receiver on the block downfield. Again, a good wide receiver knows no block, no rock, and he certainly threw the downfield block. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 3:36 to play here in the opening quarter at Kia Dade Stadium, or Kia Dade Field, Pitbull Stadium, Coco 7, Gadsden County 7. All right, welcome back here. We got it?
Yep.
Yeah, welcome back here. Alan Slaughter-Zinski, Jackson, Rob, Caleb Brown on the production. 7-7 in Jackson. That's one big-time confidence-building drive if you're Gadsden County, my friend.
That's exactly what the Jaguars are going to want to do all day, is just run the football like that, and that's how those teams are successful. It's like, how are teams successful if they just run the ball? Because if they can get 2 or 3 or 4 yards of carry, that's perfect to just move down the field and take a lot of time off the clock, and they did just that there and beat Coco down in the red zone.
Set the kickoff is going to be Peniel Alonso here, and he's just going to kind of hang it up here and hauled in at the 20. Oh, look at this. Room to run here. Gets to the sideline, and we got a flag down. That's coming back 10 yards. Coco charged with a hold here, no doubt. You saw it. I saw it. Everybody saw it if you were watching.
Yeah, it's the hard part as a kick returner. Whenever you see them reverse field like that, that can get you big yards, but it's hard to kind of tell your blockers or have your blockers turn directions of their block mid-play, obviously without any warning, as Kelly reverse field. So that's where you'll see a lot of holes and blocking the backs come when those returners reverse field like that.
3 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the opening quarter here. Coco 7, Gadsden County 7. The Tigers scored on an 11-yard touchdown pass from Hart to Boggs, and Gadsden County scored on an 11-yard run by the Towson State Camarion Battles. Tigers are going to start with the football back down at their own 24-yard line. No running back in the backfield with the 5 wide receivers set. Chris Kelly split wide near side to the left side of your screen. Javen Boggs top of the screen. They're not on the screen, so sorry. Throws caught. Boggs across the middle. That is 15 yards and 12 yards and a Coco Tiger first down.
Yeah, it's just a quick in route there by Boggs. Good cut on the ball. Gets a step on the DB. Simple as that. Nice throw by Hart to lead him in front.
As right now, Gadsden County's already shaking their head at each other. As Jamari Stokes, who's got 4 interceptions this year, shaking his head like, somebody going to help me when he comes across here or what? No, Jamari, they're not, because they can't. And it is a first down after the 12-yard pickup. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Ball at the Cocoa 34. Hart now with Lane. There's a quick throw to Boggs to the far side of the football field, and Boggs will pick up 5. He's now got 27 yards receiving on the day.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a textbook Cocoa play right there. The quick wide receiver screen again. Call that extension of the run game there to Boggs on the outside. Didn't get a lot of space to move, but still picked up some solid yardage on first down. Something to note defensively, Gadsden County's got one high safety, about 15 yards off the line of scrimmage. They're not going to let up anything deep if they have anything to say about it.
No, and they are going too deep in terms of they're going to cover anything that comes past that 10-yard mark there with a safety over the top and a DB underneath. Nicky Teeter comes in to get clarification. It's Tristan Lane to the left of Boggs, shotgun formation. Boggs whistles, and that may be in delay of game, and it is, and the Tigers are going to back up 5, Jackson.
Yeah, those are penalties you really don't want to have. Actually, no, that's going to be a timeout taken. They get it off before.
Did they get the timeout?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, they're going to say before the penalty came in. So that helps them, cost them a timeout I know they didn't want to take. And those are procedural things that you rarely see Cocoa struggle with, but in this game definitely don't want to have to worry about delay of game plays.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 2:55 to play here, and Jackson just what an honor it is to be here. I have been, this is my, 5th state championship call for the Cocoa Tigers. I did a similar audio radio thing for Cocoa and Bowles back in 2016. I was also on the sidelines for that game as well, working with Steve Wilson and Orville Susong in that game. I was also there in 2015 for Vieira, 2021 for Merritt Island. So in all, my 8th state championship call. So it's good to for football anyway. 2nd down and
it's like 4 or 5.
4 or 5, yeah. Boggs with Lane to his left, or Boggs. Hart. He's looking for Boggs, and actually Teeter on the inside. And that is sometimes Brady Hart. Sometimes he looks like a 99%, accurate passer, and right there he just threw the ball in the turf there on Nicky Teeter.
Yeah, it wasn't his best throw there. Boggs actually looked like had a little bit more space. DB got there a little early, but the throw kind of helps to not get a penalty thrown there. And, just threw that a little bit too far low and too far to the inside.
Big 3rd down coming up here for Cocoa. The ball is at their own 40. Hart looks, steps up. He's going to run for it, and he's going to have to slide. And it's going to be a 1st down, though, because it's not in high school. It's not where he slides. Great play by Brady Hart to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen him do that, just step up in the pocket and take off right up the middle. That's just a heads-up quarterback play. That's why, as a QB, you like to step up rather than drop back in the pocket.
He started running the ball a lot more against Newberry. He did it a lot last week against Cardinal Mooney. And the key as a quarterback when you're doing that is to make that decision quick enough to make it effective. He did it there, 1st and 10 Cocoa at the 46-yard line of the Tigers. And backside pursuit there. Latricia Lane breaks it, and he's going to lose 5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and 15 as big number 11 got in there for
Byron Jackson.
Yeah, Byron Jackson, their leading tackler this year with 77 tackles.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst thing he can do as a back. He breaks the first tackle, which is huge, but then the worst thing is running backwards and going the other way is not what you want to ever do as a running back, and that's what Lane did. Luckily, didn't lose more than 5, but really no lucky part of losing 5 yards.
Yeah, 6 actually. 2nd and 16. Hart with 5 wide receivers set now.
10 on the play clock.
Yeah, 10 on the play clock, so he's got to hurry here or maybe take another timeout. Nope, he gets it off. Hart, 2-step drop, looking, fires, throws, caught, deflected. Boggs at the 30, 25, 20, 15. Tackled down at the 5-yard line is Jabin Boggs, who caught that one off of a deflection First and goal, Tigers at the 5, Jackson.
Already Gadsden County struggling to cover up Boggs there. Just another inside route. Ball tipped by one of the linebackers. Heck of a play there by Boggs to haul it in and then do his typical run after catch play. Nice deflection there, but the DBs kind of lose sight on the ball when that happens. And when Boggs has it and hits that second level, it's rare he gets tracked down. He did that time, but a huge gain for him. Now first and goal for the Tigers at the 6. That one goes down as a gain of 54.
Hart turns, gives the lane. Lane has a lane. Touchdown, Cocoa Tigers. Latrison Lane. 5 yards, 13-7.
All aboard the Lane train. That's number 17 of the season for Latrissa Lane. And he's so effective when you get down inside the 10, inside the 5-yard line. And when he makes that quick cut in the backfield to the right side, you could just see it from up here. You could see the lane that he had out on the right side of the line. And just like that, the Tigers look at 2nd and 15. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone.
They did not look very good to start this drive. Sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good. They got lucky on the pass deflection by Hart across the middle to Boggs. That ball was tipped. Trout's kick is up, and it is good. And with 1:06 to play in the first, the Tigers leading 14-7. But that ball is tipped across the middle and right into the hands of Boggs, who immediately knows what to do with it. Turns and outruns the defense all the way down to the 5. Latrician Lane, as I said, had a lane and scores on the next play. And that is Cocoa Tiger football.
Absolutely. And that's a huge play, again, by Javen Boggs. And for whoever's counting, which is probably everybody, he's up to now 80 yards receiving in the first quarter. That's a 54-yard catch and run. And that's huge, only 60 yards away now, and almost did that all in one play. So that's a huge play there for Cocoa as a whole. But going down short, nice play by Cocoa. I love when they run the ball close to the end zone because Lane is so good at just scampering into the end zone inside the 10-yard line. Sometimes Cocoa goes to throw the football 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and goal. This time they keep it simple on 1st and goal, and Lane goes all the way.
Boggs now with 2,106 receiving yards and 21 touchdowns this season. Can I put him on my Madden team?
I wish. Put him on my college football team early.
Right? As Marcus Trout gets set to kick off, he's 1 for 2 on touchbacks today.
Going short.
Yeah, they're just going to kick this thing short. And you know what? The ball's out and back in, gathered in quickly. And I actually like that because we just talked about how good Gadsden County is at kick returns. And Marcus Trout there with a pooch kick to the 30 and just forces them to field it. And basically that's just taking a knee there. So 1:04 to play in the first. The Cocoa Tigers have scored on both of their drives. Gadsden County is 1 for 2. This is their 3rd drive of the first quarter.
Yeah, this is a big drive for both teams when it comes to momentum. If Cocoa's defense can get a quick stop here, get the ball back, that's a big deal. If Gadsden County can go down and score like they just did, take us into the second quarter as well, in doing so, that would be big to kind of keep that Cocoa offense off the field. And they got to keep scoring. They got to keep matching Cocoa because you got to keep in the back of your mind if you're the Jaguars, Cocoa is getting the ball first after the half.
And let's see how they elect to do it. And they're going to turn the hand of Camarion Bottles and trying to get outside. But you know what? He does get in. He rides his blocks outside far enough until he is able to be brought down. And that's a good play. That's just a good play by the running back, Camarion Battles, because he picks up 5, Jackson.
Yeah, he's been really good to that left side of the line so far. And what you got to look at for Cocoa, and they're blitzing right now, they're bringing linebackers, but they're bringing them straight up the middle on those interior gaps. You're not seeing linebacker blitzes from Cocoa to seal the edge yet, and Gadsden County's seeing that and just attacking the edge. They've kind of given up on the middle for now, and it's working.
It is DJ Bryant on that stop. And, again, they're going to turn and give. This is just Tristan Davis up the gut, and Davis will pick up 4, and then it'll be 3rd and 2. And, again, 3 times 4 is what?
12.
There you go. 12-yard. I'm on 3 plays all day, and Javion Hilson is going to have to come off for a play because his helmet came off. And coming in for Javion will be Christopher Patterson Jr., as he'll check in on the defensive interior, Anthony Williams, and sliding out to the end position will be Xadrian Smith here. It is Barlow, the Jacobs, and DJ Bryant now all the way up. There are 7, 8, 9 in the box, Jackson. And they give, and that is a Gadsden County first down. And Battles is good at finding those lanes, and that will stop the clock to move the change, but that will be the final play of quarter number 1. So the Cocoa Tigers 2 for 2, Gadsden County 1 for 2. The score is 14-7. All right, welcome back here. Second quarter set to start. Want to thank Seth Gibson. And you see Gamers R Us at the bottom of the screen. And Caleb's always best at describing Gamers R Us. What kind of games is it? Card games, board games, dice games. Seth is incredible. He's got it all. He hosts tournaments. But more than that, Seth gives back to his community. And he's made sure that Brevard Sports Network has been able to cover a lot of high school and even youth football. So we cannot thank Seth Gibson and Gamers R Us enough. The Cocoa Tigers and the Gadsden County Jaguars will flip sides here to start the second quarter. And this means it is Jackson Robb's turn to take over the play-by-play in what is his final state championship game call. Jackson.
Yeah, we welcome you back here. Second quarter action, as you can see up here, at least the Miami skyline off in the distance here from Pit Bull Stadium. And, yeah, you know, a nice setting here to change a pace this season in the the second time they've been here at this stadium. First time since it's been named Pit Bull Stadium, though.
It's easy for you to say. You didn't drive.
Yeah, that is true. But, yeah, big start for Coco's offense. 2 quick touchdowns, one by Javen Boggs, one by Latristan Lane Boggs, with about 80 receiving yards in the first quarter alone already, getting him early and involved. And for Gadsden County offense, so sticking to that game plan, they're running the football well. I don't think they put the ball in the air since that first drive, and they learned their lesson.
I still don't understand why they did it then.
Yeah, they learned their lesson there, and so far just chipping their way down the field. They'll start quarter number 2 here with 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. As the Jaguars donning the Carolina blue and black jerseys, Coco with the white
Knew that was
tops
coming.
and orange.
I knew that was coming. Knew it was coming. Didn't you know Key was going to say Carolina blue today?
Hey, it says
Go
it
ahead.
right
I know.
It'll be 1st down and 10. Now one receiver split far, one near. Darty in the shotgun with one back. He will drop back to pass to start the second quarter. Surveying, pocket collapsing, rolling out to the right is Darty. Flag comes in, throws upfield, and throws it away pretty much towards the sideline. Incomplete flag down on the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Redman Thompson was tackled by 2 Gadsden County offensive linemen. Again, there just doesn't – Landon Dougherty, the sophomore, just doesn't look comfortable back there throwing the football. And I'd be shocked if this wasn't a hold, because Sandman Thompson was absolutely tackled on his way to the quarterback. So we'll see what the call is.
Yeah, there's one flag by the line of scrimmage. There's another one up here where the secondary would be. See, it's offsetting
Yeah,
holding.
so that's good pickup by you. So they're going to call holding on the defense and the offense as well. So that'll offset, Jackson.
Yeah, will, and that helps out Gadsden County there. Doesn't set them behind, but again, they try and throw the football. Nothing much comes of it, and I'll tell you what, Anthony Williams was about as close as you can get to sacking Darty as you can without fully taking him down there, as he was right on his back. Darty rolled out and got away. Now 1st down and 10. So replay the down with offsetting penalties again. Darty in the shotgun with his back is the Towson commit Camarion Battles. One receiver split either side, box loaded on both sides. As it'd be a quick handoff to Battles up the middle, has a slight hole, but might get a yard or 2. But flag comes in right at the end of the play as well.
Oh, we're going to have to wait to see what this one is, but that tackle, I mean, Sandman Thompson just absolutely swallowed up Battle's hole on that one. I don't know what the flag is. It was at the end of the play, so I don't know if you can hold that far personal foul face mask against Coco. That's 15 yards. So this is where the Tigers shoot themselves in the foot. This is what they did last week against Cardinal Mooney. That was a football game they had to go win twice. Right now, you saw what they can do on offense once they get rolling. This can't be a game they go win twice because Gadsden County's going to limit their possessions today.
And now it moves them up to the Coco 41. Second drive now out of 3. We see the Jaguars cross the FHSAA logo at midfield. Makes it 1st and 10. Gadsden County at the Coco 41-yard line. And off the face mask penalty on a nice first down stop, but instead gives them a big first down. Again, one receiver split far to the either side here for Gadsden County. Daugherty in the shotgun brings a man in motion and just directly hands off to Battles. Battles trying to get to the outside, and he'll get a yard, maybe 2 there on the carry to the left side of the line. They're going to have an offensive lineman, Kevin Mills, come off the field as well with his helmet coming off.
I'm not sure what the near side official needs to see more than Anthony Williams' jersey jacked up over his helmet to throw a flag, but he certainly got held on that one.
Yeah, luckily there, only a gain of a yard for Gadsden County. A yard and a half will make it officially 2nd and 8 at the Coco 39-yard line here for the Jaguars after the first down carry. If you're Coco and you can keep limiting them to 1 or 2 yards per carry, that could change the dynamic of this one, as it will be 2nd down and 8 for Gadsden County. Daugherty in the shotgun once again and turns hands off right up the middle to Davis. And he's still pushing across the Coco 35 right up the middle. Second effort gets him a good ways there, close to the line to gain. Won't get quite there, but a nice carry on 2nd down of about 6 or 7 brings up 3rd and 1.
Just want to let everybody know, anybody sharing anything other than the actual real link to the NFHS network on this stream will be banned from the stream. Will be banned from Brevard Sports Network. We don't allow that. And so if you have the NFHS link and want to put it up, that's great. That's fine. But anything else, if I see any Facebook links pop up or if I see anything else pop up, that's a ban.
3rd and 2. Daugherty hands to the near side. Davis trying to get to the edge. He's going to get wrapped up and stuffed there by the Coco defense. Fantastic job setting the edge there. Initially on the play was nice here. Jacobs, and helped finish off was Redman Thompson on the edge. 4th down and 2 coming up for Gadsden County offense. Looks like they're staying on the field once again.
Redman just absolutely blew up his offensive lineman there, and that was just an outstanding play. Great pursuit, and that was no gain. This is a huge call, 4th and 2. Obviously, I'm stating the obvious, but they've picked it up thus far.
Yeah, Gadsden County 1 for 1 on 4th down tries so far. Now 4th and 2 at the Coco 33-yard line. One receiver split either side again. Daugherty in the shotgun with one back. Turns.
Oh, they
Gives
got
the Battles.
him.
He's swallowed up by Javion Hilson for a loss of 3 yards and a turnover on downs as Hilson flew into the backfield and adds to his season-leading tackle for loss total as the 4-star Missouri commit flies in to make the stop. 5-star Missouri commit flies in to make the stop for a loss of 3 yards. Now turnover, 1st down and 10 Coco at their own 36-yard line.
I'm going to give credit here to Matt Diesel because Matt Diesel called the same defense on 4th and 2 this week that he called on 4th and 2 last week, and that was a little stunt for Hilson there. He pulled it. Hilson blew it up, ate the running back alive. That's a loss. They stopped it last week. They stop it this week. Great call by Diesel. Great execution by Hilson.
And it'll be Hart in the empty set here. 4 receivers to the far side, 1 in the near side. Throws the quick pop screen to Latrissa Lane with room to run off the block. Gets across their own 40. Late flag does come in here at the end of this play. And we will see what this, and it looks like it's going to be a hold on Coco.
They're going to call this on Nicky Teeter, but I don't know where it occurred. I watched Nicky, and you just heard me say great block. Teeter threw a great block. Unfortunately, Lane read it long and made the wrong cut, but it's on Nicky Teeter.
And that hurts him there. Not the start to the drive. Coco wants with a 10-yard penalty to set him back. That'll bring up 1st down and long for Coco back to their own 28-yard line, as that'll make it 1st down and 17. As they will be set up again after the quick screen pass and the hold. This time, 2 receivers either side. The receivers on the near side for the Tigers are stacked up, one in front of the other with Boggs in front. They're actually doubled up on both sides now Now only one high safety for Gadsden County. Hart drops back to pass. Surveying, rolls out to his right. Nice pancake block. Hart about to go down, throws it upfield. Nearly got to his receiver on the outside. Falls just shy there of Nicky Teeter. Incomplete. 2nd and 17 to come.
Dalen Green gets in there and applies the pressure to Brady Hart. Good job. He didn't continuously chase him. He eventually committed to grabbing Brady by the legs there to bring him down. And Hart doing a good job getting that ball back over towards his wide receiver.
And Green gets right through the hole where the pancake block was laid by the right guard there for Cocoa. Nearly got the sack, but it's incomplete. 2nd down and 17 here for Cocoa at their own 28-yard line. Once again, 2 receivers either side. Latrissa Lane in the backfield with Brady Hart. One very high safety for Gadsden County. As Hart drops back to pass once again, looking upfield. He'll put some air under. That one has his man, and he overthrows D.L. Hardison as Hart gets hit hard in the backfield. Incomplete. Had a wide open D.L. Hardison down the sideline. Incomplete. 3rd and 17 to come.
Had to rush it by just a smidge of a second. Taryn Young, the linebacker, the 6'3" senior linebacker, got in there and hit Hart pretty good. He forced the throw from Hart, and usually you see balls underthrown in that situation. Hart actually overthrew him with the hit.
Yeah, Hardison just made one quick move, got a step on the DB, and could have had 6 more. 3rd and 17. Hart drops back to pass, looking upfield, right over the middle, and he overthrows Nicky Teeter, and that's going to be incomplete, and that's going to force 4th and 17. And the Cocoa Tigers, off the turnover on downs, will have a 3-and-out in their first drive of the day without a score to go with it. There is Hart just off the mark there on that drive.
Well, I can promise you this, either Chris Kelly or Nicky Teeter ran the wrong route because they were both not supposed to be crossing each other in the middle of the state championship logo. Ryan Schneider is hot about something, and I think it was a late hit on his quarterback.
High snap over Trout's head, bouncing inside the 5. He kicks it, still in the end zone, and he'll just kick it out. That's going to be a safety for Gadsden County. Flag down. I think that's just going to be him kicking the ball out of the back of the end zone. Flags come in, and that's going to be a safety for Gadsden County as all things were flowing the Tigers' way and all breaking down here in an instant.
Again, what do we say? The Cocoa Tigers over the last 2 years, right? They are 24-4, right? Mm-hmm. I've only seen 2 teams of the 4 teams beat them. Right. So, I mean, IMG and Norland beat them. St. Thomas didn't beat them last year. Tigers beat themselves. And, of course, we had the clock issue. And this year, Venice didn't beat Cocoa. Cocoa beat themselves. And that's what I was afraid of could happen because a team like Gadsden County has the athletes to make the Tigers pay.
You get a safety in the state championship game with 8:36 to go in the second quarter, makes it 14-9. That snap way over Trout's head and doesn't do himself a favor by kicking it off his own hand deeper into the end zone where he has to just get rid of it to avoid any shot of a Gadsden County touchdown. Ryan Schneider's hot there, but that play was just on the snap, and all goes wrong there for the Tigers on the punt attempt, and that's their first drive. They don't get a touchdown. First time they even send out the punt unit, and it all goes wrong quickly. Tigers still hold a 5-point lead, but now they'll have to kick it back to Gadsden County as well.
Yeah, I know there's a strong wind. That snap was 5 feet over Trout's head, and not a good snap at all.
The wind would be going at the ball.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean,
Now Trout to kick off from his own 20. This is one you got to be strategic because this is going to be a kick that is going to be returnable for Gadsden County with some good field position as well if they're not careful. As thanks to the safety, Trout has to kick off from his own 20. He's going to get that one down inside the Gadsden County 20 and take a very nice bounce into the end zone for a touchback, and that's going to be going down as an 80-yard kick with the bounce to get the touchback and sets Gadsden County up at their own 20 with 1st and 10. Now, last time they touched the field offensively, they were only down by 7. Now they come back and they're only down by 5.
Listen, if they can put some sort of a drive together here like they did the last time they started deep in their own territory, we'll see. 8:36 to go here. But that Cocoa defense came up big last time. They seem to have figured a little something out as it pertains to their rushing attack, at least immediately up the middle anyway. I haven't seen anything fancy in terms of counters or even play actions yet from Dougherty in this offense. It's been pretty basic. We'll see what they do here.
So far, throwing the football 0 for 3 with an interception, and running the ball has been far more successful. But Cocoa figured out a way to shut them down in that run on the last drive, stuffed them on 4th and 2 for a loss of yardage, but After that, the Tigers end up forfeiting the safety. Now 1st and 10 for Gadsden County at their own 20-yard line. Again, darting the shotgun with one back. Now 2 receivers either side. Still a direct handoff up the middle. And a solid push there up across around the 25-yard line there. Very nice start to the drive for Gadsden County on the run by Camarion Battles to bring up 2nd down.
Thing of a back like Battles is, he's a guy that if you give him a little bit, he can break it, and Coco's got to be careful of that.
Yeah, he gets him 6 yards there, makes it 2nd and 4. Gadsden County at their own 26. This time, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side for Gadsden County. Still back alongside Darty. Darty turns hands right up the middle, and the push with the head down for Gadsden County on the carry gets him 2 yards, and that's going to, or 3 yards, going to make it now 3rd down and just 1 for Gadsden County at their own 29. Thing is here from where they are on the field, not really 4-down territory. You really want to get it here.
And they only have 1 pre-snap offensive penalty today, so playing pretty disciplined as far as that is concerned.
Once again, trips to the far side for the Jaguars offensively, darting the shotgun on 3rd down and 1. Turns, gives up the middle. Coco's all over it, and I don't think there's any way he gets the yard that he needed there.
No, that's
4th down and 1 for Gadsden County at their own 29. And, at this point, to go for, you got to be very confident you're going to pick it up, because if you turn this one over on downs, you would give Coco the ball inside your 30-yard line. But the offense is staying out there right now, Alan.
Yeah, Xadrian Smith in there on the stop. He's had a great game so far here today, and it's 4th and about a half a yard here, and we'll see what the Tigers do.
Got to watch the hard count. They will actually snap it, handoff up the middle.
Stopped him.
Dives ahead, and he's got the yardage. 1st down coming for Gadsden County off the second effort. Unless his knee dropped early, he dove, and he's going to get the 1st down. Nice gap hit by Niceer Jacobs, but he doesn't drive him backwards, allows the running back there, that was Davis, to take the dive ahead. Had him initially, but that second effort gets him the 1st down.
He got it, but just barely. And I'll tell you what, that's a gutsy call by Russell Ellington to go for that there this early here in the game. Now, I know it's midway through the 2nd quarter, but I mean, you have an opportunity here.
Darty in the shotgun. He's going to turn and throw a screen to the outside. Is behind his receiver. Coco's got to get him down, and they will for a loss of yards there. Out to number 9, the receiver. It looks like that is Alawan Bleachington. He'll lose yardage, make it 2nd down and 11. So now Gadsden County 1 for 4 passing for -1 yards and an interception.
Coco got very lucky there because they had 2 guys over there. One got blocked, the other slipped down. He was able to get an arm on Bleachington, and if he doesn't, he's gone. That's a 70-yard touchdown.
Instead, it's a loss of a yard. 2nd down and 11 for Gadsden County at their own 29. 2 receivers either side of the line again. Darty in the shotgun brings a man in motion across his number 0, clearing through. And Darty drops back to pass again. Straight drop, looking upfield. Nowhere to go, just gets that ball off under pressure. What a catch. Dive and grab over the middle for Gadsden County for the 1st down. And that was the man in motion, number 0, Devontae Roberts, going up and getting it in the air. 1st down.
2 things about that. That ball was thrown to nobody. Okay, that was throw it up and let's see who's going to go get it. And that's exactly what he did. And that's what I'm talking about, athletic plays. This is what this team can do. You just saw it right there. That guy came out of nowhere to make that catch.
Devontae Roberts with a heck of a play there. But, yeah, as you mentioned, Coco looked like they had Darty dead to rights, had, Sandman Thompson on his back, just lofts that ball up. And what a grab there by Devontae Roberts, and he's lucky he just barely lands in bounds on that dive as he dove towards the sideline, stays in bounds, gets the catch, and I believe this is the 2nd quarter water break. Didn't see a timeout signaled here.
Coach Snyder's not happy. He's not been happy this entire game. He's been in the official's ear all day long, and you got to be careful because he may not be drawing a flag. He's certainly not making any friends.
No, not at all whatsoever, but yeah, right now, Coco defensively has got to get tighter. I mean, defensively up front, they've allowed some runs, but now Gadsden County is starting to open up the passing game and some very unlikely plays to convert, but that one of the most unlikely I've seen, but that's just a heck of a play by the receiver making a play on the football that gets Gadsden County the 1st down to their own 49-yard line up around midfield yet again.
And yet again, this is a drive, Jackson. I mean, 8:36 they got this football, and already 3 minutes have come off the clock.
First down and 10 for Gadsden County, lined up at their own 48-yard line after the big completion to move the chains. Once again, 2 receivers either side. Darty brings Roberts in motion, makes it trips near side. Darty drops back again, looking upfield. Coco doesn't bring pressure, going deep, has his man, and it's incomplete.
What a that's just great coverage right there. We've seen it in the playoffs. All play O'Keefe's battle, just step for step with his man, and when the time came, he put the hand on the shoulder and got the right hand around and knocked it. That's just a beautiful play.
Fantastic defense by O'Keefe's battle, batting that one away from the hands of Jeremiah Jones-Thomas, who was way downfield in the secondary inside the Coco 30. Instead, 2nd and 10 for Gadsden County at their own 48.
That's the best throw of the game.
Darty in the shotgun, turns hands directly up the middle, and Coco was expecting that may get a yard, if anything. It's going to bring up 3rd down and long for Gadsden County, the longest they've seen a 3rd down today.
Well, this is obviously 2-down territory because they went for it on 4th down with the ball 15 yards deeper in their own territory. So they got basically 2 downs here to pick up 9 yards. We'll see how they approach it here on the 3rd down.
Yeah, we talk about Darty and how they run this football, but Darty is a sophomore with, D1 offers at Central Michigan, Duke, among others. So you see how he's able to make throws like that. Now they may need that again on 3rd down and 9 from their own 49 for Gadsden County. Trips near side, 1 receiver far. Darty direct draw, pocket collapsing. He goes for it all, has a receiver over the top, and it is incomplete. Had it in his grasp, but dropped out of bounds. Either way, it would have been incomplete. That receiver still down on the play. And we got a flag down back at the line of scrimmage as well. That one looked like it was number 7, Christian Barrett, to the sideline. I'll check that number. He's still down on the play after he took a hard landing on the ground. That is Barrett.
And let's see what the call is here as the white hat gets ready. And, Why
would they decline that?
I'm not sure why they would decline that.
Wow.
I don't, because what do you call it? Legal hands to the face?
Yeah, on Coco. And now it's 4th down and 9.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Oh, no, it's on the offense.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay.
Yeah, it was on the offense, and that's going to make it. Coco declines it off the incompletion, makes it 4th and 9.
Yeah, that's not what he said, though.
No, but he changes the call there. And I think that may have been a block in the back with that signal by the official. So I believe they get an illegal block in the back of sorts, or illegal block on Gadsden County, which was declined by Coco to be 4th and 9. That receiver for Gadsden County, Christian Barrett, still down on the play. And obviously here you can't see the play that just happened, but it was a throw to the sideline. And Barrett initially had it, was going to end up out of bounds anyway, and ended up dropping the ball as he hit the ground hard on his back there. Very nice throw by Darty again, just led him a little too far to the outside. Now Barrett up on his feet.
Well, and the thing that, if I were Coco, that would concern me is Darty has settled in. And on this drive right here, with the exception of I don't know where in the heck this ball is going to pass, has thrown some really nice-looking balls.
Yeah, I think for Coco, too, a lot of that comes with not really using a high safety, considering the multitude of runs that we've seen from Gadsden County. But now for Coco, you kind of challenge them to put a deep safety over the top, because they're not just throwing the ball. They're just trying to take the top off of this defense right now.
Yep, no doubt.
4th down and 9, and for the first time today, it's going to be a punt for Gadsden County. And back there to punt is going to be Devontae Roberts. Gets that one away. Boggs back to return it. Takes it on the run. Up across his own 20, across the 25, and walks out of bounds and takes a defender out with him up across the 25.
He just kind of kneed him right out of bounds and said, all right, let's get going here. So Coco catches a break there that, following the safety, Gadsden County doesn't turn around and put anything together. And so Coco's got to get something going on this drive here offensively. They haven't looked particularly sharp the last time they had the football. So we'll see what Hart and company, Boggs and Lane.
Yeah, Coco just needs to settle down here offensively. They try to go deep a few plays. Hart was off a step, his receiver was off a step. They need to get back on the same page here, because they had some opportunities the last drive that ultimately they just missed. Nothing was really taken from them directly by Gadsden County besides the pressured play where Hart had to roll out. They'll start 1st and 10 at their own 26. Trips near side, 1 receiver far. Hart with Lane in the backfield, sticks in his chest. Latrissa Lane with the carry, and he's going to go for a loss of yardage again. And Lane, besides the touchdown run, has had no success running the football. And that's going to be a loss of 1 or 2 yards on first to make it second down and long for Cocoa.
This is 2 weeks in a row the Tigers have not been able to run the football, and you can only hope that it doesn't have an adverse effect on the passing attack as Gadsden County can just key up stopping this run. But the offensive line, especially in the interior, having a tough time opening up holes.
2nd and 12. Hart drops, throws a quick curl underneath. Nice catch by Teeter with a man on his back. Short of the line to gain on a quick hook route. Had Jeremiah Jones-Thomas draped on his back. A nice catch. And going down was Nicky Teeter. Gets them up to their own 32-yard line for third down and 3 to come, or 3rd and 4.
Big third down here, Jackson.
Cocoa is going to go 5 wide, trips receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side, and the nearest receiver is Javen Boggs on the outside. As you see Gadsden County defensively trying to avoid single coverage here on 3rd down and 3. Hart drops back, quick throw underneath in the slot, caught for the first down and more across the 40. There was number 6 for the Tigers, and they just took advantage of the soft defense. That's Tank White on the catch for the first down for Cocoa. And again, just soft coverage by Gadsden County, and a quick hook gets him the first down.
Yeah, White Chase runs a little 6-yard curl on an in, and Hart hits him timing play, and that's what they wanted. That's what they got, and 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
With 3 minutes to go in the first half, 1st and 10 Cocoa at their own 44-yard line, 5 wide. Now they'll pull Latrison Lane into the backfield, and Hart will give it to Lane up the middle, trying to catch Gadsden County in a pass-heavy defense. And Lane still only able to get 2 yards running right up the middle after the motion. Makes it 2nd down and 8 here for Cocoa at their own 45.
Lane over 700 rushing yards this season for Cocoa. The majority of those yards have come since week 8, Jackson. This is a Tigers rushing attack that has struggled mightily to start the year. Picked up some steam probably right after the Norland game and has slowed of late.
2nd and 9, 5 wide. Hart drops, throws a quick inside curl again. Broken tackle. That's Nicky Teeter over the middle. Takes a big hit. Still on his feet is Teeter up towards the Gadsden County 40. That'll be a Cocoa first down, and those are exactly what you called yesterday, dirty yards by Nicky Teeter as he cuts right to the middle, right as you said, and took some big hits, stayed on his feet, and gets a big first down for Cocoa.
Nick, you're not going to take Nicky Teeter down if you don't put your hands on him. You can't expect to hit a guy like Nicky Teeter and knock him down. It's not going to happen. And I'll tell you another thing, too. That's the hitch, baby. Throw the hitch.
5 wide again on first down. Hart drops back, looking upfield. He's going to take off again right up the middle. He's got room to run. Hart slides down to the Gadsden County 30, and depending on the spot, I think it's going to be another Cocoa Tiger first down as Brady Hart showing his mobile side, running right up the middle for 10 yards and a first down.
I'm laughing because if you're watching this, you saw the 4 Gadsden County kind of look like a ballet at the end there. Watch. There they go. Yeah, pull up. There you go.
All trying to avoid the sliding Hart. First down and 10, Cocoa swiftly down to the Gadsden County 30-yard line. And again, they'll go an empty set, 5 wide for Brady Hart in the shotgun. Again, the nearest receiver is Javen Boggs. Haven't seen, I don't believe, a catch for him in the second quarter. Hart drops, corner blitz comes late. Hart's going to take off up the middle again. Same thing. Hart not going to slide this time, but he's going to get another Cocoa first down with his legs inside the Gamers R Us red zone up to the Gadsden County 19. Now, over 20 rushing yards on the game for Brady Hart and back-to-back first downs. 30.
Yeah. So Brady Hart is the Tigers' leading rusher. You never see that because Hart's not known for, let's just say, his Eric Dickerson-like ability in the backfield.
And nice play there, though. Didn't take a slide either. Lowered his shoulder. First down and 10, Cocoa to the Gadsden County 19. Again, they go empty set. Hart drops. Quick screen to the outside of the left side is caught. Breaks one tackle, breaks a second. And Hardison's down inside the 15-yard line. Or actually there, that's number 11 on the reception. Chris Kelly on the screen, and that's going to make it second down coming up for Cocoa just outside the Gadsden County 10. It'll be second down and 4.
This ain't going to be anything but Nicky Teeter or Javen Boggs to the post here. So, I mean.
Under a minute to go.
It's what we've seen all year. I don't expect to see anything different right now.
Hart drops, empty set. Pocket collapsing off the edge. Hart rolls out. Pocket collapses from the other side. Hart breaks a tackle. Flag down in the secondary. Hart will go out of bounds. Takes a shot as he goes out.
This is going to be a hold on the defense.
Clock stops with only 27 seconds to go in the first half. You got a Gadsden County defender down way back where he was chasing the quarterback. Has his helmet off. Flag down again back at the Gadsden County 3-yard line.
He got kneed in the head, and that's why his helmet came off. That's why he's down. But I believe this flag is going to be holding on Gadsden County.
Again, only 27 seconds to go in the first half. Both team with 2 timeouts. You got a Gadsden County defender down. That is number 6, it looks like, for the Jaguars defensively, which would be Kelvin Crawford, their defensive end.
Oh, they called that on Coco?
No. Yeah, we got to. I'll wait for him to announce it because it's confusing. Defense.
Yeah, okay. I was like.
Oh, no, it was offsetting holding.
Oh, was
Again,
it?
second time in this game we've seen offensive and defensive holding.
So, I didn't see the Coco hold. I did see the DB hold by Gadsden.
What that essentially means is we're just going to replay the same down and distance. It'll be 2nd down and 4 again for Coco at the Gadsden County 13. Still have a player down for Gadsden County. Coach Ellington out there now. It's his turn to give it to the refs.
Well, I don't know what he's giving it to the right. I think this young man got kneed in the head, knocked his helmet off, and you take a knee to the head, and that hurts.
Yeah, still player down is Crawford here for Gadsden County. Coco with 27 seconds.
He's upset about the defensive hold because he's pointing in that direction. Yeah.
These officials are keen to listening right now, but we'll see how much listening they'll do later on in this game, as both these coaches have expressed their opinions at times. But I'll tell you what, certain sports you talk about volleyball, maybe you'll see a call change thanks to some arguing, but football, I've never seen it, and I don't think today's going to be the day.
Yeah, not unless they pick up a flag, but that ain't because of a coach.
No.
And we got 2 timeouts left for Coco.
What's interesting is they have this ball marked at the 7-yard line where Hart went out of bounds. If it's offsetting penalties, I'm pretty sure they would just reset the down.
Replay the down, right? They haven't moved the football yet, so that's a good point.
Yeah, so as of right now, it would be 1st and goal at the 7, but I don't think that'll stay that way. Still have a player down for Gadsden County. Clock stands with 27 seconds to go in the first half. Either way, Coco's inside the red zone trying to punch in before the half, and if they can do that with pretty much no time on the clock, they have a chance to go 2 for 1 out of the half with a drive of their own without really giving the Jaguars the ball back. If they can score right before this half and immediately get it right back, that'd be the best setup for Coco as a team here. But they got to get it in the end zone here.
And still working on the young man.
It's Kelvin Crawford, the starting defensive end, senior for Gadsden County.
And he's got 2 knees up. Let's see if he gets up here.
Still getting checked out by trainers, coaches, and everybody alike down here on the field here at Pitbull Stadium. Florida International University.
Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. We will take a break.
They continue to look at the injured Gadsden County defender. Ball still sits at the 7.
Yeah.
And it says it on the scoreboard as well. Again, unless I don't know the rules, which I'm fairly sure I do, offsetting penalties would set it back at 2nd and 4. They wouldn't count those Hart yards.
They may be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens here.
I mean, yeah. Still have the player down for Gadsden County. Break in the action here.
And I'll tell you the other thing too, Jackson. That could be what Russell Elton's saying too.
Yeah, that is true. And I think if that was what he's saying, then he'd have a fair case.
Yeah, I'd agree with him.
As I believe Crawford is sat up now, still on the ground.
Down a long time.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of injury it is.
Head. He was holding his head.
Yeah. Both teams deliberating on the sideline for now. Again, as we talked about, Coco will get the ball to start the second half, so if they can score here, they will be the team to start with the ball in the second half as well. And you can see him.
He's leaving the field immediately, and they took his helmet, and he's not. We will not see him again.
That's a starting defensive end, Kelvin Crawford. And I'll tell you what, Coach Ellington looked over that Coco sideline and said something. He wasn't very happy.
Yeah.
Still isn't, but yeah, that's going to be it. For if it is a head injury that you can't, nothing you can mess with.
Well, isn't he the guy that tried to tackle Brady Hart?
I think he was. Judging by where he was laying down, he had to be the guy because he was 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage when he went down. And they're going to keep the ball spotted at the 7-yard line, which is
it's crazy on offsetting penalties, but here we go anyway.
So now it is 1st and goal. Coco at the 7. No real explanation to give you there. That's just where Hart ran out of bounds at the end of that play. Brings a man in motion. Fakes the jet sweep to Teeter. Hart rolls right. Throws back in the end zone over the top of 2 defenders trying to get it in. to Javen Boggs there, but that's one even Boggs is going to have a hard time bringing down. Can't do it there. Now 2nd and goal, Cocoa at the 7.
See, this is where Brady Hart's got to stop, look back across. He had a guy wide open there. I'm not sure who it was, but there was a Cocoa Tiger standing right there on the left goalpost, wide open.
Yeah, just watching the replay up on this Jumbotron here, Boggs was never open, didn't really have separation there, and was immediately double-teamed. Just not the smartest play there for Cocoa. Now it'll be 2nd and goal at the 7. 2 receivers either side again with Lane in the backfield. Brady Hart, quick drop again, looking for a ball to the outside off the hands of Chris Kelly. Incomplete, had the in-breaking slant. Got hit in the chest there, and the ball bounces off his hands, incomplete. And the hit laid there by Jadarian Stokes for Gadsden County. Now 3rd and goal, Cocoa at the 7 with only 18 seconds to go in the first half.
That's a pass that was right there in Chris Kelly's hands. Probably should have caught that one.
Now 3rd and goal for Cocoa at the 7-yard line. Having some troubles here getting it into the end zone. They still have 2 timeouts, but only 18 seconds. And again, if you're Cocoa, you're trying to score right before the half turns over, as now we will get a timeout, and that'll be Cocoa's 2nd of the half here with 18 seconds to go. Leaves them with just 1. And again, the reason they're not taking those timeouts is because they're not trying to preserve time. They're trying to score with as little time as possible, whether touchdown or field goal if they have to go to that. But they got 3rd and goal coming up at the 7 first. And, you know, I think after an incompletion on first, it wouldn't have been a terrible idea to try and run it on 2nd to get a little closer.
Well, I would disagree slightly just given the fact that they haven't. I mean, if you're trying to turn it and hand it off to Richardson Lane, I don't like that call because they haven't been able to do anything with Lane. But if you're looking for sort of something like a quarterback draw up the middle, yeah, I'm a fan of that because that's been the Cocoa Tiger rushing attack here today is Hart taking off on those plays up the middle. I think right here what you need, maybe a hitch or a screen pass or something like that, a wide receiver screen, and get the ball in the hands of a playmaker and let him get in.
Yeah, and undoubtedly Hart, if he drops back, we'll be looking for Javen Boggs here. But
Nicky Teeter's good here too.
But, I mean, that's the thing. We've seen him in this territory. Even on Boggs' touchdown reception, he was double-teamed in the back of the end zone. Just a great throw by Hart, and he tried to do it again on 1st down. Didn't get it to set up. Now 3rd and goal, Cocoa at the 7. 2 receivers either side. Lane to the left of Hart in the shotgun. Brady Hart drops, surveys, waits, throws on the goal line. And Boggs was wrapped up by the DB, and it's overthrown there on the zig route. Incomplete. And 3 plays taken for the 7. No yards gained for Cocoa, and out trots Marcus Trout in the field goal unit to take the 24-yard field goal here before the half.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that entire sequence. Boggs is looking for a penalty, but he slipped. There's no penalty there. I'm just not a fan of I think you needed something a little quicker there.
It'll be a 24-yard field goal attempt here for Marcus Trout to put Cocoa ahead by 8 here before the half.
Trout 7 out of 12 this year.
From 24, Trout
missed it.
And he pulls it left, no good from 24. And what a drive for Cocoa going all the way down the field, but it does not end with anything on the scoreboard. And with only 10 seconds to go in the first half, the Tigers strike out from the 7-yard line, and their lead stands at 5 with 10 seconds to go in the first half.
Not been a good postseason for Marcus Trout. He missed that one there. He just rushed it and pulled it. And last week had a kick blocked and returned for a touchdown. And, you know, that now makes him 7 for 13 this season. Now, in his defense, he's had some kicks blocked where there's been some suspect blocking, some bad snaps. But that's one he's got to make.
Tough miss there from inside the 10-yard line. Now turns it over. 1st down and 10. And since it went out of the back of the end zone, that actually gives Gadsden County some yards as they'll start at their own 20. Only 10 seconds to go in the first half and 2 timeouts. 1st down and 10 for the Jaguars, trailing by 5. Doherty in the shotgun with Kamarion Battles to his left. Doherty will just turn and hand off to Battles to the right side. Breaks 1 tackle and keeps fighting. Battles up across the 30. That'll be a Gadsden County 1st down with only 2 seconds to go in the first half. When the clock stops to move the chains, and unless they take a timeout here, they're not going to get another play. They will take a timeout, so the clock will stay stopped with 2 seconds to go in the half. And they'll have one more shot here to try and make something happen before halftime.
Why not? When you got a guy like Battles, turn, give him the ball, and let him see what he can do.
After this timeout, we'll have one more shot, and it'll be interesting to see what they do here. There will undoubtedly not be time to get into field goal range and set anything up, so it's going to have to be, if they want a touchdown, 68 yards to the house. If not, they're just going to have to hope a run springs big, but they do take the timeout obviously with some belief that they can make something happen here with 2 seconds.
So I think what I've seen here in the first half is Coco not we say Coco play Coco football. We've seen it in spurts, but nothing consistent.
Well, so far I think offense has played pretty well, defense has played well, but now special teams has given up a safety and a missed field goal. So far that's, I guess, been their worst facet of the game early on, and a big kick return given up.
Well, I think we go back to the snap over the head on the punt. We talk about the play sequence that you just did there deep down and come away with no points. That's tough.
Last play of the half, just a handoff to Battles to the right side, breaks free down the right side, gets 10 yards. That'll be it. Nothing more than just a first down there for Gadsden County, and that'll take us to halftime here in the 2A state championship game. Our score is 14-9 here in favor of the Cocoa Tigers. Cocoa will receive the second half kickoff here from Pit Bull Stadium, but towards the end of the first half, Tigers leave some points on the board. We're going to be looking to pick some up to start the second half, and we will take a break alongside the players for the extent of halftime, and we'll be back just before halftime is over to bring you back to action with the players as we head to halftime. Our score is Cocoa 14, Gadsden County 9.
All right, welcome back here. And we got some staggering halftime stats, as the man on the board put it. Jackson, what do you got for us?
Yeah, we got some halftime stat updates, and we saw 137 total yards for Cocoa to 125 for Gadsden County, pretty even there. Rushing yards, big discrepancy, only 11 for Cocoa, 107 for Gadsden County on the ground, 126 passing yards for Cocoa, only 18 for Gadsden County. Third downs, Cocoa was 3 for 6, Gadsden County 2 for 8. But on fourth downs, Cocoa 1 for 2, Gadsden County 3 for 4, and turnovers, 1 for Gadsden County on the interception by Durant Guilford and none for Cocoa.
Well, and, of course, Boggs with 80 yards, right? And Camarion Battles, the running back for Gadsden County, was 76 first half yards. So those are your staggering stats brought to you by, that's right, Gamers Are Us. Here's we got a minute 20 to go, and I can't believe I just did not completely and utterly screw up our entire broadcast. I came in, and I'm cramping up for some reason. And I keep cramping, and I came in and I knocked the table over, knocked the internet off the table. The internet got knocked off, and, well, there you have it. We're still here, and crazier things have happened. We are now, I guess, only 30 seconds behind. Okay, well, I'll take it.
Yeah, looking to start the second half. I think we got to see Cocoa play a better second half. I mean, they're in my opinion, they're lucky to still have this lead right now. Did not finish strong at all. Left some points on the board, gave up a safety. But, I mean, I think the biggest thing you lost there was going down to Gadsden County's 7-yard line and getting nothing out of it.
This is identical to Cardinal Mooney last week. Cocoa jumped out on top, played well against Cardinal Mooney, and then started to give things away to go have to win the football game twice. My fear is, and I think Cardinal Mooney was a better football team last week, I just think that once Cocoa started putting a little more distance between them, this football team right here has got the game plan. If they can execute those two running backs continuing to it's death by 1,000 paper cuts, right? He didn't pick up any huge gains in the first half. I think the biggest run Battles had was for 5 yards. But they're well over 100 because Tristan Davis had about 25, maybe 30 yards rushing, or they're at least a little over 100. So Coco's going to get the ball here to start the second half, Jackson, and it would probably behoove them to take this opening kick and go score.
Yeah,
that's yellow.
This is going to be a tone setter here coming up to start the second half for Cocoa because, again, that first half, the last drive ended with 10 seconds to go, in which they ended up getting nothing inside the Gadsden County 10 with a missed 24-yard field goal on a 3-and-out of sorts from goal to go on first and goal, second and goal, third and goal, nothing gained, and then a missed field goal puts them inside the 10-yard line with no points to come from it. So it's going to be a big drive to start the second half for Cocoa to set the tone offensively and get some scoring back on the board.
All right, boys, we got a decision to make here. What's that? Give it a shot and see what happens. And then go right back. If we don't, go right back to a regular Facebook Live. See if it goes back to green. Did it? Nope. Oh, my God. I screwed this up, man. I can't believe I did this. No, we're green. Okay. All right. Just leave it there. Yep. Just leave it there. Okay, good. We're 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 good.
Getting set to kick off is Gadsden County. Again, Cocoa to get the ball here. Big drive, big tone setter. And a lot of momentum is going to be shown on this first drive of the second half.
All right. Here we go as Total Leather. And we are underway. That ball's going to be fielded at the 10, out across the 20. This is Chris Kelly across the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and that's coming back because that is going to be a hold on the kick return. Great return by Chris Kelly. Beats the one last week where he stepped out of bounds at the 2, but it's coming back.
Yeah, second good return Kelly's had, but in both cases, a penalty takes it back. And, at the end of the day, you just don't want to have it. That would have been a nice start for Cocoa, but, at the end of the day, you knew it was going to be on your offense to go score, and now it'll just set him back 10 yards.
Yeah, no doubt. At 11:53 to play here, and the Cocoa offense will come back out onto the field. Let's get you reacquainted. Let's get the guys up front. Tell you about the guys up front. They're going to be Jaquez Joyner, Tamir Passmore, Chavez Thompson, Cameo Jones, and Nick Turner. It'll be Brady Hart, Latrice Lane, D.L. Hardison, Nikki Teeter, and occasionally it is Chris Kelly as well. So 4 wide receiver set with Lane to the left of Hart. Coming out is going to be 4 down linemen. This is a 4-4-2 set, so they're coming out in a nickel package to start. 5 defensive backs. And Hart, I think Latrice Lane's turning the wrong way on that. You got to come out of the backfield as a backfield. You can't hook back in. You got to hook out. And that's where Hart put the ball, but Lane was the other way.
Yeah, tough start there for Coco on just a missed little swing pass to his running back there. And as you said, Lane kind of turned his body, oriented it towards his quarterback instead of looking to turn upfield, and Hart was trying to lead him upfield for extra yards.
Is that Green?
Yeah.
Okay. Hart, 2nd and 10, ball at their own 27. Hart, he's going to be sacked for the first time today, brought down.
Yeah, D.L. Hardison was wide open on a quick out. Hart never really looked to the left side of the field there, and this is where I talked about it pregame. You got to look, beyond your first read sometimes, and Kelvin Crawford, and that's big to see Crawford back in the game. He was the one that initially kind of went to the locker room holding his head, and he was back out there and making the play defensively for Gadsden County.
Samontre Piermore with the sack there. 3rd down and 11 for Coco, and Hart looks, fires, throws. That ball was tipped a little bit, dropped. Great coverage. 4th down. And if you're Gadsden County, Jackson, you have done exactly what you wanted to do to start this second half. For the first time in a long time I can remember, Coco goes 3 and out to start the second half.
Yeah, right there. Hart just stared down Nikki Teeter the whole way on that route, and that just kind of made it easy for Jones Thomas to kind of catch up on that route and realize that was Hart's read to come in there and just bat that one out of Teeter's hands, and that's a terrible punt.
Not a good just punt. An absolutely
it takes
bad
a Gadsden
punt.
County bounce. Coco's got to down it.
Yeah, so the punt is going to be down, and Gadsden County is going to take over at the 45. Not a great day for Marcus Trout with the foot, and that punt is going to be a net of 12 yards.
Yeah, now Gadsden County is going to start not only with a 3 and out defensively, but offensively he's going to start in plus territory. You look at the way the first half started, which was picture perfect. Coco turnover touchdown. Second half starting picture perfect for Gadsden County, especially if they can go score here and take their first lead of the game.
Here we go, Gadsden County, and coming back out. We good, Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be first down.
1st and 10 at the 45 of Coco. This is Landon Dougherty turns, and that time Coco looks like they've made a defensive adjustment through the middle because Camarion Battles was absolutely sucked up there big time on the play by Cam Barlow, and also in on the stop was Sandman Thompson, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10, no gain, Jackson.
Yeah, all things considered, this Coco defense played very strong in the first half and adjusting for this offense and how they like to play. They gave up some runs that were a little longer than I think they wanted to, but at the end of the day, didn't let anyone really spring big and outside for one crazy passing play that went for 20 yards. They kept everything kind of within the sticks of 10 yards.
10:32 to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10 for Dougherty. He's got a man in motion. It is a jet sweep pitch, and Coco reads it well. Tyon Jacobs, that's going to be a hold. So Coco may decline this, or they may elect to take it and push them back to the Gadsden. I would take this penalty and push Gadsden County back across the midfield line.
Yeah, we're looking to get the official call here, and officials deliberating about it. Flag came in late, but overall, nice play by Coco.
This is going to go against Coco. This is against
I was
Coco.
say, the Tigers look dejected here.
Yeah, and if this is against Coco, this is a face mask penalty and another 15 yards. So this is going to take the ball all the way down to the Tiger 30.
I mean, this is the second time it's happened. It's the second time it happens, at the end of a play that the runner is, dead to rights in the sense that it's not an open field tackle where it's one-on-one. You have a swarm of players, and whoever's running up there and grabbing it, I don't know, the same guy twice.
And we saw it last week, too. Boggs was tackled up a lot by the head. You got kids tackled down low. Turns, gives. This is Camarion Battles, and he picks up 4, and it'll be 2nd and 6 at the Coco 26.
Yeah, just dragging defenders there, and that's what Cocoa cannot have happen is, you got to make that first impression strong there on that defensive line, but you can't let battles drag, your defenders down the field.
Ryan Snyder complaining about something, and he is not happy. This is Tristan Davis, and this time the Tigers, Davis will pick up 1. It'll bring up 3rd and about 5, maybe 4 if they spot him and give him 2 on the play.
That's another one. You just got to make the quick tackle. Bryant just kind of bounced off of him there, came right at him in the line of scrimmage. DJ Bryant can't make the initial tackle, and luckily, they're able to stop him, but 3rd down and 4. But what you're seeing right now, Cocoa is, eternally frustrated. On that Gadsden County sideline and on the field, they're just a lot more calm right now.
And not playing well. I mean, let's call it for what it is. Cocoa's frustrated and not playing well. So it's 3rd down here, and this is 4-down territory, obviously, for Gadsden County. So they got 2 downs to pick up 4 yards. Landon Dougherty, I believe that's Battles behind him. Dougherty turns, gives the battle, or Davis, check that. Davis is going to have the 1st down. 1st and 10 inside the Gamers R Us red zone for Gadsden County at the Cocoa 12. And right now, Gadsden County is beating the Tigers on the interior and just picking up chunks of yards.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the second effort's killing Cocoa right now. They're just getting dragged defensively. They know how to stop it. They did at the end of the first half fantastically defensively, getting that first hit and finishing through the hit. Right now they're just getting, arm tackles broken and just getting bounced off of defensively and not making, clean tackles.
1st and 10, the ball officially marked at the 17 of Cocoa. The give, and that flag comes flying in. And this might be against, I hope it's not against the Cocoa sideline. Or it could be.
It's going to be a hold.
Yeah, it's a hold. I was going to say, man, he threw that flag with some authority and angrily. He must, I hope somebody didn't say something to him. So that'll back him up 10 yards. You want to talk about killing a drive inside the red zone. Holding penalties will do it every time, bro. First.
Yeah, I think that's the first holding penalty that is enforced against Gadsden County. What I mean by that, the other 2 they took were offsetting by a Cocoa penalty. So that one, and that's big, as I mentioned earlier, a team with this kind of a game plan, a holding penalty or, anything offensively really sets you off your rhythm.
So 8:21 to go. You see it on the screen there. 1st and 10. They got to get down to the 7. Dougherty. And he gives, and what a cutback by Battles. Battles is going to pick the holding penalty up. +2. It'll be 2nd and 8 now, Jackson, after a gain of 12. And Battles is over 100 yards rushing.
Yeah, you got a Cocoa Tiger down as well late in this play. That's going to be DJ Bryant, not something you want to see for Cocoa. But that's just a missed open field tackle, again, by the Tigers. Just a quick cut. The DB trying to make that play just lowered his head, and you got to watch your target, especially with the running back like you get with Battles.
Eyes on the
shifty.
belly, man.
Yeah, you got to watch him. And because the second you lower your head, the second that Battles will make his cut. He did just that and got a lot of extra yardage when that really could have been dropped for no gain or maybe a gain of a yard. Instead, you don't get that. Instead he picks up about 10 yards, which just could have been avoided.
With a timeout on the field as DJ Bryant is down, as they took over this possession after a 3-and-out and a punt of 12 yards by Marcus Trout, and they took over at the 45-yard line and now have the football 2nd down and 8 at the Cocoa. What's that? 14-yard line, I'd say.
Ryan Schneider letting anyone that'll listen hear it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's just not been a happy man today.
I mean, yeah, and whatever his gripe with the officials is right now, that's got to focus on the game at hand. I mean, I haven't seen anything egregious.
I haven't either.
So, I mean, you got to
unless it's some kind of a, and it's not. So I'm not even gonna say.
You got to focus on the game right now. And Bryant getting helped off the field. That's a starting corner, someone who's been big for you, tied for their interception lead this season with 4. So,
and he is not moving well coming off the field.
They're not going to have. I doubt they'll have Bryant back soon, if at all, today. So, yeah, they're gonna. It's next man up now in that secondary, and for Cocoa, not the time to have it.
So it's 2nd down and 8 from the Tiger 14.
First time I've seen them, double up.
I was going to say they got double stacked on top of each other to the near side. And the one thing we haven't seen Landon Dougherty do here at all today is pull that ball back and take off and run it himself. Dougherty turns, gives, and this is Tristan Davis straight up the gut. Davis near another Gadsden County first down. Forward progress, and he may have it.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this team, and I think he does have it. You're looking at 1st and 20 for an offense that primarily runs the football, and all they did was run the football, and they got those 20 yards back in 2 plays. Didn't even take them to 3rd down. For Cocoa defensively, you cannot let that happen, and that's just a lapse in the defense there. And Gadsden County hasn't really changed anything outside of that first drive, which went poorly.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Turn, hand off. Straight up the middle, and they're just beating them. And we're going to get a timeout on the field from the officials. And
we got one down marker that says first. We have one that says third. I think the 3rd down one is what the officials, it is 3rd down. Now they'll change.
All right, so it's 3rd and very, 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 very short.
Point still stands, 20 yards in 2 plays.
Yeah. No, you're right. Absolutely right. And see, Cocoa needs to take advantage here because they've done it so far in terms of 3rd and 4th and short. What a great pull. I tell you what, that was just a heck of a block pull right there by number 58 for Gadsden County. That's Corian Dennis, the 6'2", 262-pound senior, who pulled and sealed off the edge, and he stopped the end from coming in, and he didn't pick up much, but he only needed a half yard. 1st and goal to go for Gadsden County. The ball is now at the Cocoa 7-yard line. Dougherty with, I believe that's Davis behind him. He's got a 3 wide receiver set. Dougherty turns and he does put it in the belly, and why not, as Tristan Davis picks up 4 more yards. 2nd and goal from the Cocoa 3.
Yeah, I mean, again, not much to break down because not much is changing. You saw Cocoa bringing a linebacker at this point, blitzing 5 or 6, depending on how much they put up front. But Gadsden County's not changing how they're going to run. They're just going to keep running it at them, and as long as they can keep getting chunk yardage, no reason to change.
Gadsden County, the county itself, has not won a state championship since 1970. Dougherty turns, gives, touchdown, Gadsden County. And for the first time in this game, Gadsden County leads it 15-14 on a 3-yard straight dive by Camarion Battles.
Yeah, I think to no one's surprise there, they just take it right up the middle. And again, Cocoa cannot get the first push. They're getting hits at the line of scrimmage pretty much every play. It's not like the offensive line is dominating. They're making good blocks, don't get me wrong. But Cocoa is getting a push at the line of scrimmage and not following through with these hits. And Battles and Davis, no matter who it is just breaking tackles consistently. And it looks like they're going to go for 2 here to try and go ahead by 3.
Yeah, I think that's a smart call here.
Odd formation, though.
Yeah, this is one of those goofy-looking college formations. They actually run
works.
it, and that's an illegal formation because, well, he's in, but they're going to say yes. So let's see what the call is. I don't know that they had enough men on the line of scrimmage there.
Well, the white hat just gave it a good conversion. I don't know if he saw the flag yet.
He's going over to check it out. I think, you had 5 offensive linemen to the left side of the field, the center, and I think this has got to be an illegal procedure call of some sort. Yeah, that's what they're going to say. Yeah, like they signal a false start, but that's a procedure penalty.
Even then, though, that's the first time I've seen that actually score. Cocoa did not get Dougherty. He ran around the right side and just scampered by for the 2-point conversion anyway on just a bizarre formation.
I'd go for it again here. Actually, they're going to send the kicker on to go up by 2.
It's an interesting point with some of Trout's troubles, just because what you're doing to go up by 3 there is trying to make it so any sort of field goal just ties the game. But at that point, even if you don't get it, it's a 1-point game. Can Cocoa consistently kick a field goal to put them in front anyway? It almost feels like it's touchdown either way.
So the ball now will be spotted at the 15. This will be a 25-yard extra point for the kicker for Gadsden County, number 34. This is
Pinio Alonso.
Yeah, Pinio Alonso. Bad snap, and that will end that. And with 6:07 to go, Gadsden County leads this thing 15-14. And Jackson, they're nothing fancy about what the Jaguars are doing. Cocoa is right now. This is a battle of attrition on the offensive and defensive lines, and Cocoa is getting beat, and that's just a fact.
Yeah, I mean, this game looks so much different now than it did when it was 14-7. It was only a 7-point lead for Cocoa, but it felt like everything was going their way at that point. Right now, complete opposite. The defense getting pushed around, not something we saw in the first half very often. Offense is not successful in running or passing the ball. I mean, right now, Cocoa needs something, whether that's a defensive turnover, whether that's, obviously a touchdown's a given, but something to show that they can turn the tides in this one, because right now, in Gadsden County, no pressure on that sideline right now. They have the lead.
They came in as the underdog. They may have been the number 1 seed in 2A, but they were definitely the underdog in this football game here today. Here's the thing, too, right now. Coco's got 6 more minutes, Jackson, with the wind at their back. In the fourth quarter, they will travel into the wind, and that has proven to be just not good for Marcus Trout. Wasn't good when he had the wind at his back, and I'm not picking on Marcus, but these 3-point field goals are big.
Yeah, you got right now 16-mile-an-hour winds, gusts of 25 from the northeast. So that gives you it is a little bit breezy down here in South Florida today. But, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate. Trout is a pretty surefire kicker, and yeah, it's always hard for a coach when you have someone like that to be well inside what you would call field goal range, but then have to question your decisions and question yourself in that scenario just because of misses.
Yep, as Coco's Chris Kelly, he'll be back deep, and O'Keefe's Battle as well, both standing at the 10-yard line. Panillo will set the kick off here, and yeah, I mean, you got to put something together here, I think. And Cocoa now, before the half, didn't score. Cocoa goes 3 and out. That's 2 consecutive drives. You don't see that often from Cocoa offense, where they don't score on 2 consecutive drives.
That's a golden opportunity, too. You at least got to score on one of those 2. I mean, that feels like a given. You get inside the 7 on the first one, don't score on the second one, you go backwards only. So, just, yeah, offensive dry spell right now for Cocoa like we haven't seen in quite a while.
And that ball is chipped up high and will be fielded by Nicky Teeter.
Nowhere to go.
Teeter, nowhere to go, and he'll be knocked out at the 32. And here comes Brady Hart as Adam Franco goes out to talk to the offense with Ryan Schneider. And Schneider giving the play calls here as he...
I mean, Cocoa hasn't scored a point since the first quarter.
Yeah.
It's been a quarter and a half of no scoring for the Tigers offensively, which I can't recall seeing happen since maybe Norland.
Yeah. So here we go. Brady Hart with an empty backfield. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the left. Hart turns, hitch to Hardison. He cuts back in, cuts back out. He'll pick up 7, 2nd and 3 on the quick hitch.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Cocoa does very well, and that's just a surefire play for the Tigers. You know he's going to get you yardage pretty much. You know how good you run that quick hitch. I mean, watching on the outside, Boggs doesn't even run a route. He just steps up, and the second that ball hits his hands and he can legally block, he does, and engages on that corner to make sure that Hardison has some room on the outside.
They got Devontae Roberts on Javen Boggs on the outside. That's Christian Barrett on Hardison on the inside. Hart looks. Throws, caught, Hardison at the 50, across midfield, down to the Gadsden County 42. 2 nice-looking throws from Brady Hart, 2 nice-looking catches and runs by D.L. Hardison.
Yeah, that was a nice throw by Hart. Hardison wasn't really open, had his defender right on his back heel, so to speak, and Hart throws him open there. And that's just a good throw by Hart, good catch by Hardison, and the run-after catch is really what gets him the first down there.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And in 2 plays, they go from their own 32 to the Gadsden County 44. Hart now with Lane to his left, 3 wide receivers to the left side of the field. He fakes to Lane. That's a bad pass by Brady Hart. He throws the ball at Hardison's feet. Hardison comes up with the catch, but he probably should let it fall incomplete. That's a loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Now, all things considered, Cocoa, I said it in the first quarter, I'll say it again, just conservative play calling, not really seeing a lot of complex plays here, a lot of screens, a lot of underneath plays, a lot of crossing routes, not really taking the top off, not, play action. They're keeping it fairly simplistic.
We haven't seen anything over 30 yards down the field today, and the time for that may be running out. Hart, 2nd and 12, steps up, throws. That's a hold. And did they get the flag? Yeah, there's the flag. So that's going to be a 10-yard holding penalty or pass interference. We'll see what they call. And that was he just grabbed the arm. I think it was D.L. Hardison who got grabbed.
Yeah, he had Kelly on the outside too, which, I've been watching it when I haven't been doing play-by-play, but every single play for the most part, they're marking one receiver to press right at the line of scrimmage and try and jam there. And rarely has that worked. A lot of times Coco's been able to get the step, whatever receiver it's been, and Kelly was the one there. Hart chose to hit the slot receiver there, and thanks to the hold, will get him a first down or pass interference.
Pass interference, 15-yard penalty. Tigers now with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 30, and this is the best drive we've seen from Coco since they put the 13th point on the board. Brady Hart with a 5-wide receiver set. He's standing at his own 35. He's just going to take off and run with it, and he's got nowhere to go. He'll pick up 1, maybe 2. That was a designed quarterback run.
Yeah, it was, and just not a lot going up the middle. Had glimpses there, but really no open holes to run through, and Hart just really not much going there. Kept turning his feet, gets some yardage instead of no gain or a loss, but ultimately not the best way to start the drive. But 3 yards,
so
not a bad
2,
start.
2nd and 8. So Hart, again, with a 5-wide receiver set. Hart takes a look over. Don't see anything that's changed here. Ryan Schneider does give him some signals. Hart.
Now you see him pressing all the receivers here.
Takes a look, throws, great pass, caught. Down at the 1-yard line is D.L. Hardison, and that was just a great-looking throw, a great route by Hardison. 1st and goal for the Coco Tigers on the D.L. Hardison drive.
Yeah, that's just a little out, fly route there on the outside. Hardison, I think he might have been in there. Very close call. They say he's down at the 1. Obviously not going to get a review in high school, but this might be the D.L. Hardison game. I'll tell you what, Alan, Hardison and Hart are on another level of connection right now, and now they have 1st and goal at the 1, have got to punch it in.
Big package in now as Niceer Jacobs comes in to block. You give it to Latrisan Lane, and he's not going to get in. And, in fact, he is going to be marked down a half-yard behind, and it'll be 2nd and goal now at the 1.5 as Latrisan Lane just turned sideways when he got to the goal line. Keep running forward.
Yeah, just keep it simple there. You're at the 1-yard line. All you got to do is cut, up the middle and lower your head and drive your feet. Instead, he tries to get to the outside.
He just turned around and gave him his entire back.
And now that puts him, back outside the 1. Coco's got to score here. That field goal's not in the mind here. He's got to be a touchdown.
Lane again, inside and again. Is he in? No, he's going to be stopped. The far side official comes in, and it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. And Gadsden County right now continues to absolutely control the lines of scrimmage.
Yeah, I mean, this is where Coco, where their offense just doesn't lend to, is close inside the 5, goal to go. They get the plays with Lane, sometimes they did earlier where they scored. Got a flag down on the near side, and this might be on the sideline. It will be a sideline warning, and that's the last one they'll get.
Look, it's been coming in the whole game. And if you're watching on TV, they're showing you Ryan Schneider right now, and that has been him this entire game.
Yeah, but as I was saying, Coco inside the 5. They're an offense that likes to spread it out. They're not great running the football, and that's not I'm not telling you anything you don't already know if you know Coco football, and that just doesn't lend well to playing inside the 5. And they're going to have to be better here, I'll tell you what. And they've got to get it in. Obviously, a field goal gives them the lead, but you don't want to put Trout back out there, and I think we may have more coming to this. No, just a sideline warning. They re-announce it.
Okay. Next one's 15 yards.
Yeah.
15-14, Gadsden County on top, 2:28 to play in the 3rd.
But, I mean, also here, you have Brady Hart. You've run 1 QB sneak today. Hart is 6'5". I know you have a heavy package there. I mean, I don't know.
You have a bigger – I mean, listen, Latrisan Lane has had a great year, but do you have a bigger back? I mean, this is where we've seen in the past Coco put in bigger guys.
Yeah.
We saw Samadre Hawkins, back in that position before.
Right here, you're at about the 1-yard line. This could be another one. You line him up in the shotgun, and right before the snap, Hart runs up under center and just push him in.
I don't even see Brady Hart in the football game.
No, this is a Wildcat to Lane.
It's a Wildcat to
Heavy
Lane. Yeah, Lane with it. And he stopped at the 5. A loss of 4. 4th and goal for the Tigers.
I got no explanation there, Alan. They had 8 guys. They have 5 blockers on the line of scrimmage and 3. That is as heavy. I mean, you just pulled 10 guys to the right side and somehow 4 get through. I mean, that was just – there were those 3 guys they set up in the backfield to block. Hilson was one of them. They all missed their block.
Yeah.
All 3 of – that was just Terrible
that looked like the blocking on the field goal they got blocked last week. Nobody blocked.
Yeah, that was just not
So
good.
Marcus Trout is on to try to give Coco the lead. The ball will be marked at the 10. Brady Hart is the holder.
Right down Broadway here, in between the
The
hashes.
snap is good. The kick is up, and it is good. And with 1:39, what should be 6 is 3. The Tigers will take it. It's 17-15 Coco. All right, welcome back here. Officially 99 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Gadsden County's going to get this football back, and they'll probably, if they don't go 3 and out, take this ball into the fourth quarter with the wind at their back, and that breeze is picking up. It'll be interesting to see what it's like here tonight for that 7A state title game, and my goodness, is that going to be a doozy, Jackson? Who you got?
Yeah, Lakeland and St. Thomas Aquinas.
You like Lakeland, huh?
I like Lakeland. I think the Dreadnoughts are going to get it done this year.
This would be a third straight state championship for Lakeland, too, as Marcus Trout uses the wind at his back and kicks that one into the end zone for his 42nd touchback this season. And Gadsden County will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, and also last night you had your first state champion of 1A to 7A crowned as Chaminade Madonna just handed it to Clearwater Central Catholic.
That's a shocker.
42-7. Yeah.
Especially with Clearwater Central Catholic's quarterback out.
Yeah.
And
That'll happen.
Yeah.
I think for Coco here, you would love either a turnover or 3 and out, get off the field. Don't let Gadsden County run a lot of clock and go for an 80-yard drive.
I don't think you see Gadsden County throw the ball down here. If
should.
they do, I'm not sure, so I probably should just shut up. 1st and 10 at the 20. Landon Dougherty.
Coco, no safeties again.
Yeah, no safeties. Everybody's in the box, and we're going to get a false start, so it'll be 1st and 15. As that'll back them up. A second comes off the play clock. They should put that back on. That's no play. So 139, a Marcus Trout 25-yard field goal. The difference right now, 17-15 Coco. And a game that's a lot closer than I sure as heck thought it would be.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it'd be this close either, but I think it could be not so close. That's just up to the Tigers right now and not converting on opportunities that they're given. So far, Gadsden County is pretty much cashed in on everything.
Gadsden County has impressed me up front, man.
Yeah, defensive line has been
and
very
that
good
offensive
today.
line.
Yep.
And they are going to throw the ball, and that's a great pass. He dropped it. That is a beautiful throw from Landon Dougherty, and they put it right in the hands of his wide receiver. That's great coverage, too, right there.
I think Battle might have got away with a hold there. He had a handful of his jersey holding him back here.
Yeah, but he did it in an area where the official couldn't see it.
Yeah, well, there's that. He ends up getting the breakup, though. He got a hand on that ball and broke away from Thomas, which is his second pass breakup of the game.
So 2nd down and 15 now. And Landon Daltrey has found himself a little rhythm throwing the ball, Jackson.
Yes, he has, and they're letting him throw it downfield a little bit more here and get a run here.
Can he beat him to the outside? Great play by Nasir Jacobs. And, man, if Jacobs doesn't make that play, Camarion Battles is still running.
Yeah, that was a play they had to make. That's just an open field tackle, Battles versus Jacobs. Jacobs makes a nice play around the leg. Coco needed one like that because that left side was very open. Coco did not really flood to that side, but Jacobs did, and he was the one there to make the stop, and he did. Big 3rd down here for Gadsden County.
Coco trying to return an opening half 3 and out. Turn the favor of that as Gadsden County forced them 3 and out and then scored. Coco looking to do the same here. Daltrey puts man in motion. He takes a 3-step drop. He scrambles out. He's got time coming back. He's either going to get rid of it. He throws. And that's absolutely pass interference. That's I'm surprised they didn't throw the flag over here for a hold, but this is going to be 15 yards and pass interference on the Cocoa Tiger defense, and this will be 1st and 10 for Gadsden County.
Yeah, the worst part about that is you didn't need to do it. Guilford had very good coverage. He just got there too early and deliberately too early there. I mean, even if he just stays on his back hip like that, he can quickly pop that ball out.
He jumped on his back, yeah.
He just went early, and he had good coverage, and that was a play that was out in front of the receiver as well. There was really no reason to do that. You were going to have him 3 and out, and instead you just jump a second or two too early. And that some are early, and you're trying to time the ball. That one was pretty evidently early, and you're not disguising it at that point.
Here's what I don't understand. It was 3rd and 15. That's a 15-yard penalty, and somehow it's 3rd and a foot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, no, that ball wouldn't have made it to the receiver anyway.
Battles, cuts back. He's got the first. Ball's out. Ball's out. Nope. And there is a flag down, too. I think we got a false start. I don't think the right guard ever got set. So we'll see what the call is here. Yeah, the right guard never got set, Jackson, and they snapped the football. So that's going to back them up, and it's going to be 3rd down and 6 now for Gadsden County.
That's a lucky break for Cocoa. The fact that the pass interference doesn't give them a 1st down, and now this penalty, Cocoa has got to get the 3 and out here. They've got to finish it off. This is a test for their defense that they got to rise to here.
Actually, it was the left guard. I'm looking at it from this side, so I said right, but it was the left guard on the field that just never got set. And so 3rd and 6 here. Landon wants it, gives it, and this is Tristan Davis, and Davis will be stopped, and it's going to be 4th down. Ball comes out. Did the ball come out again? Nope. No. But in there on the stop was Red Man Thompson that time, and it's 4th down and 3 seconds to go. And
Cocoa takes a timeout.
You know, here's why they took the timeout. They're forcing Gadsden County to punt into the wind here to end the quarter. And I was going to say, if I was Cocoa, I would take a timeout and force this punt into the wind on 4th down, and that is exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah, that's just a high football IQ call there, and they'll leave Cocoa with 2 timeouts for the 4th quarter. But this could be one if this punt goes short, you take it in Gadsden County territory, and gives you a really good shot to return this well, and maybe even if you can get a good block or 2 all the way.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too. You make them punt this ball into the wind. You get this ball back, maybe around the midfield stripe somewhere. And if you can score here and kick the extra point, you're up by 2 possessions. And that's huge for a football team that relies on the run in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, this has been a rare game for Cocoa where they haven't been good in the red zone tonight. Now, on touchdowns, 1 for 3, scoring 2 for 3. Had to kick a field goal inside the 5.
But Gadsden County says we want to win a state championship. We haven't been here since 1970.
They've never been there.
No, right. So it's 4th and 2. So here we go.
Can't not jump. They will snap it.
And he's not going to get it. Tristan Davis. And what I don't understand from Gadsden County, and a great job by the Cocoa defensive line that time, is why isn't Camarian Battles the guy you're handing the ball to? He's the guy that's been your workhorse today. It's 4th and 2, and then all of a sudden you want to turn around and give it to your secondary back? I don't understand the call.
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest play of this game so far, and that's just huge. You got to make the stop there. And at that point, you know what Gadsden County is going to do, and that's the thing I talked to Caleb at halftime is this team, you see some offenses that like to run the ball and change things up. Here's what Gadsden County runs. Halfback dive, halfback stretch. That's in modified versions. They don't misdirection. They keep it simple. So at that point, Coco's guessing you're going to go right up the middle. They did it before, and they converted on a 4th down that way. They got stuffed on a 4th down that way, and that time Cocoa just gets through and makes the play, and that's the thing. If you're not going to show that you're going to throw the football on downs like that, Cocoa can just sell out on the run. They have 4 and 5 star guys there on that defensive line, commits on that defense. They're going to be able to get through if they send everybody. You got the Jacobs cousins, all those great players in the box we talked about. And that's where, if you're Gadsden County, you got to put some faith in your defense. You went for it inside your own 30 earlier and got away with it, but that was, 4th and inches, 4th and 1. That was 4th and a solid 2 yards. I think at that point, heading to the 4th, unless you're really worried about the wind and punting, I mean, you got to trust your defense. Now Cocoa takes over at their 28-yard line, and a score puts you up by 2 possessions.
You've held a team that has 550 yards of offense in each of the last 2 weeks and has averaged 44 points a game, to take it into the fourth quarter with 17 points. Yeah, I don't understand the call there. I just don't.
Yeah, this reminds me of Dan Campbell for the Lions. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, being aggressive, and sometimes that aggressiveness turns against you, and sometimes it's what sets you apart. And I think they're now 3 for 5 on fourth downs. I know they were 3 for 4 going into the half, and I think that was their only attempt of the third quarter, and they just don't get it.
So as we head to the fourth quarter, 17-15, Cocoa looking to put this away. Javen Boggs still needs 59 yards for the all-time receiving record in a season for a wide receiver. He's got 80. It was 139 coming in, but Boggs would trade that all day long for a third consecutive state championship ring.
Yeah, talking about Javen Boggs, he's a guy that's been here freshman to senior, and that's something I had a realization. He's never had a season finish before a state championship appearance. As a freshman, he only had 15 yards, but he was on a team that went to the state title game, 700 yards in his sophomore year.
Yeah.
Won a state championship last year, 2,000 yards, wins a state championship this year, 2,000 yards, and we'll see the result at the end of it. But he's been here every year as a Cocoa Tiger, and any of those players that have gone freshman to senior have done that.
Well, Jackson, this is your quarter until we get to the 5-minute mark, because then you and Caleb are going to head down to the field for the live post-game interviews down on the field, and live trophy presentation as well.
Yeah, here we go. 12 minutes to decide your season for both of these teams, for Gadsden County to decide maybe your first state championship team of all time, for Cocoa to see if they can win 3 in a row. 1st and 10, Cocoa takes over the Gadsden County 28. Hart drops, throws to the outside. A lot of hands there defensively. Flags come in. Now that could go either way.
I'm going to tell you why it's not.
Flag down.
It's going to be offsetting, because I think we got a hold on Cocoa and a pass interference on Gadsden County, but the defender never turned. He never looked for the ball.
He had Boggs wrapped up as well over there on the sideline. But, again, you got a flag back by the line of scrimmage as well. And we've seen plenty of offsetting penalties today. This may be another case of that. As Cocoa started right out, throwing the ball downfield. They're going to keep gunning for it. They want to get in the end zone on this drive. We'll see it hold on an eligible man downfield. Those offset. And that's a tough one, because that's not even a false start. That's not that's not a hold on Cocoa. That's just someone wandered a little too far, and on a design pass play, it's rare you see that. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 from the same spot. Takes away a first down you would have had from the defensive holding.
11:56 to go here, and man, I think what Cocoa was trying to do there is take a shot.
Yeah.
Take a shot. Let's see if. And I wouldn't be shocked to see him, somebody run to a pylon or a post here.
Again, you see them. Well, you don't see them, but they are pressing Javen Boggs to the line of scrimmage with that cornerback. 1st down and 10, Cocoa at the Gadsden County 28. Hart steps up, trying to run with it. He's going to get hit and sacked for the loss of a yard there on 1st down and 10. And leading the charge is number 6, Kelvin Crawford, back in the game for Gadsden County after he went down with an extended injury in the first half. He's back and making the play there for the Jaguars. 2nd and 11, Cocoa at the Gadsden County 29.
Well, Cocoa's got Quincy Kendrick in, and they're missing, I believe, Nick Turner's out right now. Now, Nick Turner is the big FAU commit, and he had an ankle issue last week, and so that's a false start, and that'll back the Tigers up 5 as they continue to shoot themselves in the foot.
You can see visible frustration.
So no Nick Turner out there, but I will go back. Let me go back to that pass play. If you saw it, that's where Brady Hart's going to have to learn to step up into the pocket, Jackson, and throw the football. Probably took off with it a little bit too prematurely, and I never thought you never thought you'd say that about Brady Hart, right? But that's what he did there.
It's going to bring up 2nd down and 16 off the penalty for Cocoa at the Gadsden County 34. Cocoa really looking to avoid another empty drive and plus territory. Hart has an empty set. It's 5 wide. Brady Hart drops back, looking over the middle. He's going to take off again. Flags come in. Hart's got a yard, but
Actually, that is Nick Turner out there. I'm sorry. I thought it was 56. But you see Nick Turner, if you're watching on TV, Nick Turner is limping, and Coco's backing up 10 more yards. And now, Jackson, following the holding call, it'll be 2nd and 25.
Yeah, your defense gives you field position inside the Gadsden County 30. Now they're barely going to be across midfield after this penalty. Coco doing pretty much everything they can to give this one back to the Jaguars right now, and that's a tough one. And honestly, what I'm seeing right now for Brady Hart is, again, something I haven't really said. He's obviously been more keen to run with the ball. That hold is actually going to be declined to make it 3rd down. But as I was saying,
I'll go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but something I haven't seen Brady Hart do is, be very, twitchy in the pocket, and he's had some happy feet at times today.
I don't know about that decline right there, my friend.
5 wide, Hart drops back to pass again, just steps up in the pocket, looking to run with it, throwing on the run upfield, has his man caught by Teeter. He is leveled at the 5, hops right up, caught, 1st and goal, Tigers inside the 5 on a nice throw on the run by Brady Hart, rolling out to his right and delivering to Nicky Teeter. 1st and goal, Coco inside the Gadsden County 5-yard line to the 3.
One of the best catches of the year right there for the Cocoa Tigers. Nicky Teeter got absolutely hammered when he caught that football. Not only did he get up before the defensive back did, but he pointed at him to let him know, you can't hurt me.
1st and goal, Coco at the 3 inside. The Gamers are us, red zone. Hart tosses to Latrison Lane to the left side, trying to get to the edge. Lane walks it in. Touchdown, Cocoa Tigers. And the 2nd touchdown of the game for Latrison Lane, his 18th of the season. And with an extra point, Coco can go ahead by 2 possessions for the first time today.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to go back to Russell Ellington's decision not to take the holding call. Don't understand it. Just don't understand it. But Coco takes advantage. And right now, Jackson, it is 23-15.
That's a huge play there. No hold. Great edge setting there by the offensive line and the receivers. Flags come in pre-snap, and the extra point would have been good, but it won't matter. And the last thing you want to do right now is to back up this extra point unit.
Yeah.
Trout 1 for 2 on field goals.
And that wasn't a great snap.
No. And we'll have some deliberation here from these officials. 10:31 to play. This is a huge extra point for Coco to go ahead by 9 instead of 8, which still gives Gadsden County an opportunity to get a touchdown and go for 2 to tie the game, as it is going to be a
false start somehow against Gadsden County.
And he said something other than false start. It was something procedural, I believe. And Ryan Schneider wants to decline it. He doesn't want to move up. But I think he's thinking if he declines it, it stays good. It was a pre-snap penalty, so the play never happened.
Yeah, and that play never happened, so it doesn't matter.
He wants the extra point to stand.
Yeah.
It wasn't a mid-play penalty. Extra point attempt number 2. There was
That's
early
gonna,
movement.
yeah, well, and you know what?
They're still going to kick it. Trout extra point is good.
Well, it's good, but again, that's another pre-snap penalty, I think.
No, they didn't throw a flag, and they let that play
go.
Did
they go? They let it go?
There's no flags on the field, and the Whitecap gave them extra point good. A lot of confusion there, but I don't think you can overturn it now. The Whitecap made the call and said it was good. No flags were thrown, and I think that's what he's telling his other officials is you didn't throw a flag. Can't do anything about it now. Extra point is good. And with 10:31 to go, the Cocoa Tigers lead by 2 possessions, 24-15 over the Gadsden County Jaguars here from Pit Bull Stadium.
Wow. Okay, so a little bit of breathing room here is a 9-point lead for Cocoa now, and they cannot kick this football deep here. You cannot kick this football deep.
And here's the thing, too. I mean, this is telling to Cocoa. I mean, as much as we've talked about this game, how they could have been better and they should have been better and all this, now they're not maybe playing their best football. They're still up by 2 possessions right now. And
well, that's the same thing Cardinal Mooney last week. I said last week Cardinal Mooney's game was a microcosm of their entire season. They dominated at times and then, dominated themselves at times, allowing Cardinal Mooney to, get into that football game last week. Again, Cocoa is a team that this year, for whatever reason, sometimes in games like this, they have to go win it twice. And this is a perfect example of that.
As Trout to kick off from his own 40-yard line, the Cocoa Tigers lead by 9 with 10.5 minutes to go here. And that kickoff will be shorter. Sky ball up in the air, taken on the run by Gadsden County. Returnable by that deep man, Thomas. He's got room around the left side, down the sideline. Runs out of room, though, around the 40 is where he'll go down his own 40-yard line. That is on the return by the South Alabama commit, Jeremiah Jones-Thomas. First down and 10, Gadsden County at about their own 40. But despite it being a two-possession game, this one far from over as the Jaguars will take back over. But now definitely in a position where they have to score.
Yeah, and I think you're going to start to see, and here's where, first of all, did we get back in the game?
DJ Bryant.
Yeah, did DJ Bryant come back? I don't see
there.
DJ Bryant either. Right now, I've been impressed with the way Landon Dougherty has thrown the football since about the middle of the first quarter. So let's see with the wind at his back what he can do here.
First and 10, Gadsden County, their own 38. They throw a quick screen to the outside.
Great
and
play
Durant
by Guilford
makes the hit on the receiver, who limps forward for a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. There was number 8 making the play for Gadsden County, and that would be Dalen Green.
Durant Guilford is he came from the other side of the field. Durant Guilford is such a high IQ player. You see him back there if you're watching the game on TV, directing traffic. Guilford is an outstanding player.
Battles gets the handoff to the left side, breaks some tackles, gets to the outside, and jumps across their own 45, going to be a yard or two short of the line of gain. And this is a down and distance that Gadsden County has seen very frequently tonight, a 3rd down and 2, and sometimes it's gone their way, and a lot of times it's gone Coco's way. We'll see how it goes here. 3rd down and 2 for Gadsden County at their own 45.
Well, this is where Camarion Battles has to decide, does he want to be a power back or does he want to be a back that has good breakaway speed? He could have made a cut there and probably still could be running.
3rd down and 2 for Gadsden County at their own 45. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, and 1 back lined up behind Dougherty on 3rd and 2. He's going to quick throw it here on the screen. Again, it's just dropped.
It.
Incomplete there as the receiver tried to run before he caught it. That's Dalen Green again. They tried a screen pass on 3rd and short,
Perfectly
deviating
placed
from their game plan, and Green just took off before the ball even got to him there and just ran over it. Incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and 2, and I think if history in this game showed us anything, there's no question in their mind but to go for it.
Yeah, and Dalen Green, that's all on him. I mean, that ball was perfectly placed. The problem was Green stopped his feet and extended his arms. He tried to make the play with his arms instead of moving his body at the same time. And
biggest play of the game right here, 4th down and 2. Dougherty drops back to pass, looking upfield. He'll let it fly into one-on-one coverage, and the breadbasket caught all the way in. Touchdown, Jaguars. Will be a 55-yard passing touchdown from Dougherty to Dalen Green, who immediately redeems himself by taking the top off the defense for a 55-yard touchdown. And with 9 minutes to go, here comes the Jaguars right back into this game.
Hey, Coach, give me a chance to redeem myself. Sure, young man. Why don't you go catch this 55-yard touchdown pass? The ball was, I mean, it looked like a wounded duck in the air. I mean, you know, it was kind of, I mean, but listen, he got yards on it, and Coco religiously, 1 play a game, allows the big pass. There it is. Last week it was 77 yards. This week it's 55.
Big field goal or extra point to put it within 3. It's blocked by Coco. Extra point is blocked. No good. 2nd straight extra point for Gadsden County. That is no good. And now, with 9 minutes to go, the Coco Tigers lead by a full field goal, 24-21, with 9 minutes to play, as they will be getting the ball back here with a 3-point lead.
Jackson, this is the drive of the year for Coco coming up. Right here. Well, we're about to see it. I'm stunned. On 4th down, you give up a 55-yard touchdown pass. But, listen, again, you know, they're just games this year against teams like the Cardinal Moonies, the Venices, the IMGs, the Norlands of the world. We see great play at times in the game, and then we see that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a play on 4th and 2. You're thinking of all the options Gadsden County is going to run on 4th and short, and I think a deep pass is dead last on that, I guess, metaphorical list. And what happens there, Coco does not have a safety over the top. They get sucked in expecting a run, and then you take the top off, and as long as your offensive line can hold long enough for Dougherty to get the drop and the throw off, it's going to be successful.
I watched 3 Gadsden County football games from this week, and only once did I see a football travel over 40 yards in the air.
That one went just about 50 yards and ends up being a 55-yard touchdown. Now it's Polinio Alonso to kick off. He's going to go short with it. Coco lets it bounce, muffing it. Scooped up by Kelly. Kelly trying to make something out of it just across his own 20, and that one didn't start well, and it won't end well as Coco will take over at their own 23-yard line. Better than a touchback, though. And the Tigers will take over with first down and 10, leading by just a field goal with 8:56 to go in this game.
Well, if you're Jaguars Joyner, UCF commit Tamir Passmore, Chavez Thompson, Cameo Jones. Cameo is a FAU commit, I believe. Nick Turner, I think, or I'm not sure where Cameo's committed, but I know he's committed. Nick Turner and FAU commit. If you're those guys right now up front, you need a big push right here. You need a little. You need to reach down. This is where you got to You want to win 3 straight. Right here is where you reach down for that something extra.
Yeah, and now we got a Gadsden County player needing some help up off the field, but yeah, this is going to be big right now for Coco, and as much as we've touted the offense this year, this is their biggest drive of the season, and all they've been through. This is the time to really put it on display for everybody, here in the state championship game, and this is where that vaunted offense has got to go out there and do what they do, move the ball down the field. Now, this isn't an offense that can really slow things down, run clock by running the football. They're going to have to, knowing them, they're going to have to keep putting the ball in the air. 5 wide, empty set to start. As I say that, Hart alone in the backfield from his own 23 with first down and 10. Trips receivers to the near side. Hart drops, looking right side. Quick drag route by Javen Boggs. Caught. It turns inside right into the teeth of the defense, and he'll get taken down to the turf after a gain of about 7 on first down. Nice start to the drive for Coco. Have 2nd and 3 at their own 30.
My goodness gracious. They had 8 guys to bring him down.
Yeah, quick drag there by Boggs. Ends up running into the defense, but again, keeps it moving. Brings up 2nd and 3 for Coco. Again, it's the 5 wide spread offense. Empty set for Hart. Drops back quickly. Starts rolling around in the pocket. Takes off to the right. Throwing on the run. Upfield to Boggs. Oh, my goodness. What a catch by Javen Boggs with 2 men on him. Hart rolling out. And Boggs has got the first down into Gadsden County territory, but he is down on the play. Holding his head. Javen Boggs goes down, but a huge gain for him and a huge Coco Tiger first down on a gain of 25 yards across midfield.
He's 18 yards short of the state record right now.
He's not feeling good right now, but now he'll jump up and trot off the field all by himself. Big catch there. What a throw by Hart. And I'll tell you what, Brady Hart today on the run has been very strong and very good throw there, improvising. And Boggs was covered up well, but he just climbs the ladder to go get that one.
Boy, if that was the NFL and they looked at that again, that might have been incomplete there because he kind of bobbled a little bit as he stepped out of bounds, and you got to have full possession of that thing when you put those feet on that white line.
A gain of 26 yards, 1st and 10 Coco to the Gadsden County 44-yard line. Hart turns and gives a Latrissa Lane. Lane bounces to the outside, has room to run. Lane to the left side, has the first down for Coco inside the Gadsden County 35-yard line as Lane runs it out of bounds, but great edge blocking. And again, no holds, just all good by the offensive line there to give Coco the first down, and Javen Boggs back in the football game.
Well, that's a good run by Latrissa Lane, but if I'm going to be nitpicky here and do my job, I'm telling that young man right now, son, I do not want to see you step out of bounds.
Yeah. Clock stops now, 7:51 to play in the game. 1st and 10 Coco at the Gadsden County 33-yard line. As Hart motions Lane to his right, flags come in immediately, and a false start on the Tigers as that motion happens. And that'll make it 1st and 15, and those are those unforced errors. This is the worst time to have them if you're Coco.
Not a great day in terms of penalties for Coco.
1st and 15 for the Tigers, backed up to the Gadsden County 38-yard line with 7:51 to play. Hart in the shotgun again, and may see a similar play here. They'll start 5 wide, and again they'll pull Lane into the backfield. He'll now move to the left of Brady Hart. 2 receivers, play fake to Lane. Hart drops back, wide open in the near side, unguarded. Kelly bobbles it, hauls in. Kelly breaks the tackle, turns upfield, and I think he's going to be a yard short of the line to gain. What a play there. Kelly wide open there. Chris Kelly on the reception, catch and run. He's going to get 14. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Do some MCC games this year, did you?
Yes, I did. Almost said Caden Kelly. Chris Kelly, but that's a tough one. He bobbles it, breaks a tackle, and nearly gets all 15, gets 14 of them there for Coco. And Kelly's a guy that's gotten a much expanded role later on in the season as they've kind of changed their rotations at receiver, and Kelly's kind of come alive to make those kind of plays. 7:20 to go. It's 2nd and 1. Coco at the Gadsden County 24-yard line. Hart in the shotgun, turns, sticks in the chest. Latrison Lane to the left side, has a first down, breaks a tackle inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal coming for Coco on a 14-yard run by Latrison Lane, his biggest of the game, and it's 1st and goal Coco inside the Gamers R Us red zone.
Yeah, I thought there might have been a face mask there too, but no, I guess we didn't get that. But Latrison Lane right now, his best running in the last 2 games, came into this one with 700 rushing yards and 17 touchdowns. Young man's got a nose for the end zone. He also had 248 receiving yards. So Lane is starting to feel a little bit.
He's got 2 touchdowns in this one. Now 1st and goal, Coco at the 9. They can let the clock run a little bit. 6:48 to go. D.L. Hardison in motion. They fake the give to him, give it back to Lane, who just slips down in the backfield on the carry. He'll lose 2 yards. And that's more of what we've seen from Coco's rushing attack today is plays like that, unfortunately. Makes it 2nd and goal at the 11.
That's my fault because I just talked good about him. So I'll put that on me.
Announcer Jinx gets him as Lane loses 2. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 11 for the Coco Tigers. But, yeah, good blitz there by Gadsden County.
You know what? We got a 3.5-hour drive home, but at least it's not from Tallahassee.
No, it is not. 2nd down and goal. Coco just outside the 10-yard line. Gadsden County showing blitz.
2 of them.
Hart with a check me play back over to the sideline, possibly with, multiple options. Hart drops, throws, out route, caught. And D.L. Hardison trying to make a move, little stop-and-go juke move, gets to the outside, picks up 8. 3rd and goal, Coco at the 3. And twice today we've seen him down inside the 5, get stood up. Once they made a field goal, once they missed a field goal. But either way, they're not trying to get to 4th. Is this going to be 3rd and goal, trying to get it in here?
Well, let's play devil's advocate here. If they don't get this, what are you going to do here? Are you going to kick the field goal, or are you going to go for this?
If you don't get any yards, I think you play the field goal. I think if you get down inside the 2 or 1, you go for it. 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line, and the hard count gets, I believe, just Gadsden County to jump, and that will be offsides.
Be half the distance, so ball will be placed at the 2.
Offsides there on Gadsden County. Nice hard count by Brady Hart. Gets him to jump. 3rd and goal. Coco at the 2-yard line. 5:31 to play. Tigers looking to punch it in here and go back ahead by 2 possessions late in this one. Hart with Lane to his left, trips receivers to the far side. One receiver is Kelly to the near side. Hart keeps himself. Brady Hart walks it in. Touchdown, Coco. Brady Hart from 2 yards out on the read option look. Keeps it himself, and Hart takes it in for the Coco touchdown with 5:17 to play.
The only person in the entire state of Florida that knew Brady Hart was keeping that football was Brady Hart.
Yeah, no doubt about it there.
Because I sure didn't think he was keeping that ball.
Yeah, keeper by Hart fakes it to Lane, tucks it himself, and walks it in almost untouched for the 2-yard rushing touchdown with the extra point here. Coco looking to go ahead by 10 with 5:17 to play.
And Jackson, we're going to send you and Caleb downstairs after this.
Trout's extra point is up, and it splits the uprights good. And with 5:17 to go from Pit Bull Stadium, the Coco Tigers lead Gadsden County 31-21.
All right, Jackson, we'll see you down on the field live for post-game interviews coming up. You got everything you need? Tripod? There you go. I'll take care of all this, okay? I got it all. You're just going to have to help me come back up and carry it all. All right, yeah. All right. It's just me to finish it off as Jackson and Caleb head down to the field as they will be live on the field with post-game interviews and the live trophy presentation. How about these? Man, Coco, they didn't make it easy these last 2 weeks. But you know what? Winning state championships aren't an easy thing. And I tell you, there's still 5:17 to go, and the lead is 10. And, look, if you know Coco Tiger football, we've seen games. I'm not even going to mention them. But I feel pretty good where they are. Gadsden County seems to be wearing down a little bit here defensively. Coco's effectively been able to throw the football and run the ball better here on these last 2 drives. So we'll see what this defense does because they gave up a 4th down, 55-yard touchdown pass on the last drive. A little bounce in the step over there. of number 22 as he's dancing on the field. That's Raymond McCoy. As Brady Hart may have ended his high school career with a rushing touchdown. The career record holder in passing touchdowns may have ended his Cocoa career with a rushing touchdown. And Marcus Trout just kicks that one down to the 12, picked up by Gadsden County out to the 22, 25. And for the first time today, the Cocoa Tigers special teams contains a return, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Jaguars at their own 21. And we get a timeout or a stoppage here, or we're just waiting for Gadsden County. We're just waiting for Gadsden County. And I would imagine that while the Jaguars like to run the football, they're going to be counting on their sophomore signal caller to get them down the field here. And he started off slow through that interception that led to points, 7 Cocoa points. But since then, Landon Dougherty has been pretty good for Gadsden County. Dougherty. Hilson runs right by him. Dougherty looking, fires, throws, caught out across the 40 to the 41. That's a good play there as Jeremiah Jones-Thomas comes up with it. And that'll be 1st and 10. 4:56 to go. Tick-tock, tick-tock. The hurry-up being employed. Tristan Davis, the back. 3 receivers to the right side of the field. 1 to the top of the field. Dougherty, 2-step drop, fires, throws, in and out of the hands of Dalen. And he's got to come up with that. Now, he had the touchdown on the last drive, and I don't know what he's complaining about. Dougherty couldn't put that football any better in his grip there. That is Dalen Green. 2nd down and 10 for Gadsden County. The ball on their own 41. Dougherty this time with a wide receiver screen here. Back across to Jeremiah Jones-Thomas, and he will pick up 6. It'll be 3rd and 4. Don't even kid yourselves to think that this isn't anything but 4-down territory. Gadsden County went for it, and I think foolishly, back in the 3rd quarter, deep in their own end. 3rd and 3-4 here, and he fakes it. Oh, wow, what a nice play. And Camarion Battles gets out. Got to be careful. Nice job by the wide receiver not to throw a block in the back. Battles will have a 1st down across the midfield stripe down at the Tiger 45. And we have a Tiger down on the field with 4:06 to play and a 10-point lead. And Gadsden County's moving the football. Not over yet. I'd like to welcome all 570 of you. I'm sorry, what's that say? I'm going to put my glasses on here. Oh, I'm sorry, 420. Thank you all. And trying to get the number on the player down. Once again, we want to thank Gamers R Us today and all year for... That is, I think that's C.J. Hester. And that would be unfortunate. Because C.J. last week, we talked a lot about Javen Boggs' 17 catches for 378 yards, but arguably 2 of the biggest catches in that entire game were done by C.J. Hester, the 4-star defensive back, who picked off two Cardinal Mooney passes in the end zone. So here we go. Gadsden County 1st and 10 at the Cocoa 46. Landon Dougherty. Dougherty low snap, pump fakes, throws deep. He's got a receivers, and closing in on coverage was Duran, Guilford, and O'Keefe's battle as they both converged on number 1, Jeremiah Thomas, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops with the incomplete pass with 3:54 to go. The Tigers 3 minutes and 54 seconds from the program's second three-peat. Dougherty again. 4-step drop, throws wide open on the far side down to the 30-yard line. Goes Gadsden County, and that is Christian Barrett, the 6'3", 180 senior, and the sophomore gets him right back to the line of scrimmage. Dougherty looking, rolls to his right, throws, wide open in the end zone, caught, touchdown, Gadsden County. Escaping in the back of the end zone with nobody on him was Christian Barrett, and landing, Dougherty found him, and just like that with 3:28 to go, the lead is back to 4 at 31-27. Back and forth we go. What a play by Dougherty. Landon Dougherty. And I'm going to tell you, nobody saw him sneaking around back there in the end zone. They go for 2, and that time again, that's Kevin Crawford that lets Dougherty down. The pass was high, but it touches both of his hands. I just don't understand the logic to that at all. At all. They've kicked extra points today. Why don't you kick the extra point there to make this a 3-point game? Do not understand Coach's logic on this at all. Don't get it. Make it a 3-point game. Now you get the ball back, you got to score a touchdown, and you can't tie it on a touchdown. I don't understand that. That's how, Coach has done a terrific job this year, but there are just certain situations where, I don't know, do you outthink yourself in something like that? .328 to go, and especially with the wind at your back. And he's just going to pooch kick it, and that's going to be handled by Chris Kelly at the 20. Kelly out across the 30 to the 35, 36, still on his feet, 37, and down he goes. And Cocoa will take over 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. 3:19 to play, and the Tigers are looking to try to seal the deal here. 3:20 to play. .319. Trying to find my guys now. Down there. So Brady Hart with Latricia Lane, 3 wide receivers on the top of the field, 1 down below, and Lane will pick up maybe 1. So it'll be 2nd down and 9.5 here. Timeout situation is such, both teams with 2. You see the scoreboard there on the screen. 2:55 to play, 31-27. Cocoa on top, each team with 2 timeouts. Hart trying to get somebody to jump, will not happen. Lane 4 wide receivers on the field. Chris Kelly, the only one by himself. Hart going to keep it and run with it. Cuts back. Hart has plenty of space out there, and Brady Hart picks up another Cocoa Tiger picks up a Cocoa Tiger first down right at the 50-yard line, and that right there is that much closer to a 7th state championship. That first down. .213 and running. Hart, again, Kelly, the lone wide receiver to the left side of Brady. Lane now on the left side. 3 to the other side to give is the Lane. Lane will be tackled for a 3-yard loss, and that'll bring up 2nd and 12. Going to have to start using some timeouts here if you are Gadsden County. They have 2 left. So it's 2nd down, and we'll call it 13 for the Tigers. Hart takes a peek over to Franco and Schneider. Schneider gives him the check. Hart with it. Claps, gets it, keeps it, cuts back. He'll be dropped for a gain of 1, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11. 1:18 to go, and Gadsden County will use 1 of their 2 remaining timeouts. Where are they? I'm looking for my guys down there. I do not see them. And Javen Boggs still needs 19 yards, 20 yards for the state record. And you got to wonder if Coco's even thinking about that. I would think not at this point. It's got to be all about the state championship at this point. And I don't think Boggs cares either. I just think he wants that ring, that 3rd ring. Boggs knows nothing other than state championships all 4 years as a Cocoa Tiger. 3rd and 14. Hart just going to keep it. Hart cuts up, and Brady Hart will be stopped. And Brady Hart just picked up 12 of the 13 necessary yards. 4th and 1. 1:12, but Gadsden County takes their final timeout. If Cocoa can pick up a first down, they will win the state championship. 4th and 2. 72 seconds away from number 7. We've seen a lot of crazy things happen. Protect the football, pick up the first down, and call it a day. To see the legendary Larry Bluestein down there on the field. Fourth down, 2 yards to a state championship. Hart with Lane in the backfield. Doubles. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Brady Hart trying to get him to jump. Dale Hardison in motion. Cocoa may just take this down and punt this thing, trying to get him to jump here. And Coco's going to punt the football. And Cocoa takes a timeout. So it's 4th and 2, or will they punt the football? We'll see. We saw a snap go over the head of Marcus Trout earlier. And you got to wonder if maybe they just go back out and try it again and run the play this time, or they punt it. I don't see Trout on the field yet. Tigers dancing down on the field right now, feeling pretty good about their choices. Let's see who comes out. And it's going to be the offense. They're going to run a play. The Cocoa Tigers. 4th and 2. 1:12 to play. If the Tigers get a first down, that's it. It's over. Hart under center. And a quick pitch. Latrician Lane at the 25, 20-10, 5. Touchdown, Cocoa Tigers, and they will win their 3rd state championship. Latrician Lane, Hart faked the quarterback sneak and pitched it to Lane, and Lane took off 40 yards for a touchdown. 37-27, ball game. And that'll do it. The Cocoa Tigers are going to win their 7th state championship and three-peat for the second time in program history. And out for the extra point is Joshua Gauthier, and Joshua Gauthier gets his name in the state championship score sheet. And the Cocoa Tigers are now 64 seconds away from a state championship. What a play call there on 4th down. Never seen Cocoa run that play. Never seen him run that play. It was a fake by Hart into the line of scrimmage, and he pulled up and pitched to Latrician Lane, who took off 40 yards for a touchdown. And there you see on your screen the end result, 38-27. Now, once the game is over, I'll turn the camera over and let you see Cocoa celebrating. No, did I say Boggs? It went to Lane, Latrician Lane. Yeah, that pitch was to Latrician Lane. The Cocoa Tigers, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2016, 2022, 2023, and now 2024 are state champions. And this the 3rd for Ryan Schneider, as Coach Schneider has now taken his team to 5 state championships. He lost to Jacksonville Reigns and Cardinal Gibbons, and he has defeated FSU, Bradford, and now Gadsden County. So 5 state championships. This will be Coach Schneider's 23rd playoff win in 7 years against just 4 losses. And the 23rd, there's a significance in that 3 there, as 3 is the number of the day. And dare I say 4, Pete, anybody? As Marcus Trout gets set to kick off here, and Gadsden County, who has had a terrific season this year, will fall to 13-2. Ball picked up at the 8, and this is the thing that Gadsden County has done well this year. So, again, the Tigers now just 58 seconds away, as Gadsden County will come out. And, yeah, look, they're still going to try to put this thing deep down the field here, but this doesn't matter, because once Cocoa gets the football back, That would be it anyway. So regardless of what happens here, the game began with a Durant-Gilford interception, and it will end with a Latrician Lane 40-yard touchdown. Want to say you're absolutely welcome, Miss Tabitha Smith. We hope you enjoyed our audio cast here today. Wish we could have brought it to you. But our guys will be live on the field for post-game interviews and the trophy presentation. So please make sure you check with Jackson and Caleb because they're down on the field as Landon, that is, nice move over there by the receiver. He gets out 40 steps out of bounds. He'll live to play another down here as he gets out of bounds. As who is that over there hobbling that gets up and off the field? Probably with a cramp there. And it's going to be an official's timeout now. 49 seconds to go. You look at the Cocoa Tigers season this year, and what a season it was, right? Started off with a 42-10 win over Titusville, then absolutely obliterated defending state champ Mainland 51-0. Cocoa kind of had their doors blown off in the second half against IMG, falling 34-13. Gave one away to Venice, losing 54-51. Were soundly beaten by Miami Norland. Since then, have won 7 in a row. They beat the Villages 54-0, Astronaut 48-0, won the Barbecue Bowl 37-0. Then the playoffs, Lake Placid 63-0, Berkeley Prep 37-12, Newberry 40-3, and last week in the state semifinal, Cardinal Mooney by 31-21. And that is an interception, and that will end the season as that is Chris Kelly, who badly, he's going to take it to the house anyway, but the player, he is down. Chris Kelly with the game-sealing interception, and that'll do it as we have a Gadsden County player down again. More rings, more medals. And in a month from now, 5 guys I know of will be headed off to college as Javion Hilson, Brady Hart, Nick Turner, Jaquez Joyner, and Javen Boggs will all enroll in college. And we got 2 Cocoa Tiger. We got a Cocoa Tiger down. We just got people cramping up everywhere. Man, this is over the last 2 seasons, Cocoa was 14-1 last year. And this year, of course, 10-4, they're going to end up. Ryan Schneider's hot under the collar again. See what this is about. That's Gadsden County ball still, so Chris Kelly will not get the interception. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people, 11, 12 people around the player down on the field, so that's not a good sign. Let's hope that young man is okay. 38 seconds to a state championship. If you're looking for who you think our Gamers R Us player of the game could be here, this was a team effort. Again, this was the type of game that was a this game was a microcosm of Cocoa season. I said that about Cardinal Mooney last week, and I'm going to say it again about this game right here because we saw in this game just areas where the team dominated, and we saw areas where they didn't dominate and shot themselves in the foot. And we always believed that, I said last night on the show that Coco over the last 2 years is 14-1 last year, and now going to be 10-4. They're going to be 24 and 24-4 over the last 2 years, and of those 4 losses, I've only actually seen the Tigers get beat twice, and that was by IMG in Norland. St. Thomas didn't beat them last year. They beat themselves in that one, and, of course, there was the clock situation, and I didn't feel like Venice beat them. I thought Coco beat themselves in that game. So when Coco plays Coco Tiger football, they're unbeatable, and over the last 2 weeks, they've had trouble doing that for fourth quarters, but this team is so good that the other team must play perfect football for 4 quarters to beat them. And that didn't happen today for Gadsden County, who's a very good football team. Gadsden County did not come in here intimidated by Coco's history past or who they played this year. Gadsden County came in here having a win over the number 1 team, number 1 ranked team in the state of Tennessee. Their only setback was to the number 11 team in the state of Georgia in Coffee. They beat Lincoln Tallahassee by 10 points, who handed it to O'Galley pretty good towards the end of the season. So this was a very good football team, and they gave Coco fits at times, and you have to give Gadsden County credit. I will say this: I do think ultimately there were some coaching decisions that were made today that I wasn't a big fan of. I didn't like going for it, 4th down. I think you're asking your players to do a lot there. 4th down and 4 or 2, and you got the ball on your own 23-yard line. Kick the ball away. And there were some other play calls there, and I'm talking about Coach Ellington, and he's a great coach, but I thought there were times today where I don't think that the ultimate decision made was for the best benefit of his team. And this young man is still down. And now we've got the Broward County Police walking onto the field here. And they may not even play these final 38 seconds here if this young man has to be mobilized and taken out of here. But they still have to do the celebration. And so we'll see. They are not allowing him to move. Coco 17 more points this year than they scored last year in the state championship game against Bradford. That win last year was a total defensive effort. And this young man, is he going to get up? So 38 seconds here. Does not now. That's a lot. Are they getting a cart? I mean, a stabilizing board and a cart here. Not sure what happened. The young man that's injured is down after his collision with Chris Kelly on a ball I thought was intercepted, but the official said no on. So still 38 seconds here on a game that we started. We've been on air for 3 hours and 27 minutes. And I want to thank all of you that logged in and joined in with us today. At one point, we had over 500 people watching. And the young man is up. So that's a good thing. So Coco will get an opportunity to take a knee here and finish this thing off on the field, as the young man is not quite off the field yet. And they're just going to carry him at this point, and a big hand is given to him. And I believe, I hope that's not Camarion Battles, but I think that's number 3. So as we get set here, and I'm going to, as soon as the game is over, I'm going to show the celebration. So stay here. Just stay here. Landon Dougherty throws out to Tristan Davis, and he bounces it, and the incomplete pass will stop the clock with 27 seconds to play. Oh, Bobby, that's cool, man, that you got to check it out on the ride to Georgia. That's cool. I almost screwed it up. I came in and kicked the table and knocked the internet off of it, which threw us off for about 30 seconds. But luckily, we're able to quickly recover. 3rd down and short for Dougherty. Tristan Davis to his left. Dougherty looking. Throws, caught, and it'll be a first down by Dalen Green with 18 seconds to go. And right back to the line of scrimmage as the clock starts again here. And Dougherty again, Javen Boggs is held, and Dougherty gets out of it. He's looking to throw the ball wide open on the far left side of the field, but can't get the ball there. And all the way down to the 20-yard line. But only four. Oh, there's a fight. My goodness gracious, I'm not sure exactly what happened there. Sandman Thompson involved. And I think the officials are going to end the game right there. We got an injury, and the officials are going to end the game. 4 seconds to go. Nobody's going to be able to win this. Unfortunate to see that happen at the end here. And you got another player laying down on the field here. Redman Thompson coming off too. He's not very happy. Sandman was not happy. Not sure what happened. So there's 4 seconds left, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 more Gadsden County, 13, 14 more Gadsden County officials and people out on the field here. The last 38 seconds of the game is now taking forever to play. So I apologize, but we are going to show you the post-game sellers. Coco comes back out on the field and finally up off the field, thank goodness, is Austin Powell. And Gadsden County will get one more play. And this thing should finally then be over. (38-27), and unfortunately for the county of Gadsden, not the school, the state championship drought will continue. Not since 1970 has the county won a state championship, and the last school to do so has since closed down. And Shanks, as Landon Dougherty with 5 wide receivers in 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Javion Hilson ends it with his 18th sack of the year. And the Cocoa Tigers are 2A state champions as the Tigers celebrate the program's second three-peat, 7th championship. Congratulations to Coco. Javion Hilson ended it with a sack. And there you go. I think you can kind of see it there as the guys will shake hands. And as soon as I know my guys are on air, let me see if my dudes are on. And then I will end by, yeah, they're on. There they go. So if you go to the stream right above me, you'll see the Cocoa Tigers and the championship presentation coming up here on Brevard Sports Network. You'll see it live. As I'll give you the handshake here. Once again, your final score, the Cocoa Tigers 38, the Gadsden County Jaguars 27. As Cocoa wins their 7th state championship, the program's second three-peat as they bring the tables out there. The FHSAA does. I want to thank all of you for jumping on with me today. As the Cocoa Tigers have done it again. Dare I say, four-peat? 38-27. Game started with the interception by Durant Guilford. Brady Hart played a very courageous game with his feet. Made some nice throws. D.L. Hardison had an outstanding game here today. Javen Boggs comes up a little bit short of the state record for receiving yards in a season, but that's okay, right? I mean, won't you take 2,155 yards and 21 touchdowns? As Gadsden County and Cocoa shake hands. And we will end our broadcast as I will turn it over to Jackson Robb and Caleb Brown down on the field live right now for the trophy presentation and post-game interviews. Once again, we'd like to thank the Florida High School Athletic Association. I'd like to thank Gamers R Us and all of you out there. Be sure to join us Monday night right here on Brevard Sports Network for the third annual 2024 Brevard Sports Network Senior All-Star Game. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock from Tom McIntyre Stadium. This year the game is sponsored by the Melbourne Mercenaries and, of course, BSN Sports Apparel. And once again, your final score, the Cocoa Tigers 38, the Gadsden County Jaguars 27, the Cocoa Tigers.